The horrors of DoorDash.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? Coming on sundown because today we're going to be talking about food delivery drivers. I did some DoorDash this weekend, Nick. That's why we're doing this. Let me tell you, the whole operation, the whole DoorDash, the whole food ordering app industry, it's got to change.
Oh, I love it. I think it's very inefficient and also fucks over the food drivers. But being able to DoorDash or Uber Eats food at any moment is sick. It's overly expensive for sure. Yes. But I don't think that here's where I think it works is if you're ordering a large amount of food. If you're using DoorDash and you're ordering like $60 of food, it's probably worth it. But if you're ordering lunch, you're going to spend as much money on food as you are for it to get delivered. And that's when it's a waste.
For centuries, if you wanted to eat a meal, you either had to go out to a restaurant or cook the goddamn thing yourself. Today, however, you can place an order to a seemingly endless list of restaurants and have it.
Who the f is ordering ice cream on Uber Eats? That shit is showing up fucking liquid. You're going to be drinking that. Me? You've ordered ice cream on fucking Uber Eats? Yeah, then your DoorDash driver hits you with a, Oh, Ron has a couple stops along the way. He'll be there soon. Ron just picked up your milkshake. He'll be there in about 35 minutes. Oh, awesome. It'll be warm.
You can place an order to a seemingly endless list of restaurants and have
You
it
have to refreeze
at
it.
your door without lifting a finger until you have to grab the bag. While many of us indulge
I wouldn't even be pissed at the guy, bro, if he did that. Like, I couldn't be mad at him. I'm so serious. I would just be like, bro, you're good. I'm going to refund that shit on Uber Eats or DoorDash. Like, don't even worry about it.
While many of us indulge in this
Oh, I'd feel so bad.
service extremely often, we never stopped to
78% of Americans use food delivery services. Bro, really? I'm definitely ordering more than 3.7 times per month.
We never stop to think about people who have to deliver the goods, right? We never take time to think about these drivers. I don't think about those things. You know, also, I started noticing that after a while, they started taping the bags. It's because motherfuckers are probably...
Yeah, opening that shit up and eating out of it. They be putting tape over the drink caps now. That makes me feel safer, like somebody didn't just fucking poison my shit. Or yeah, no, when the bag ever looks like crumpled or fucked with, I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah. But that's why if you're a pro, you got your own stickers in bags to replace stuff.
I thought that you were gonna have your own utensil that you're able to squeeze in the bag and Mission Impossible, the fry out of the bag or something. Being a delivery driver, whether it's on DoorDash or Instacart.
I've had a DoorDash driver before, or it might have been Uber Eats. It only happened once, but he picked up my order and never delivered it. Just ate that shit. This was probably like 3 years ago. I remember being so pissed. I was like, he just never delivered it. He fucking picked up the order, and then it was like 5 minutes. He was driving, and then he just disappeared. And it said order delivered. And there was no picture, no food. And I contacted him. I was like, he didn't fucking deliver that shit. Other people are always hungry. Yeah, no. And I got the money back. So, you know, if you want to eat it, eat it. But, like, I mean, he's going to get fired.
You don't make a lot of money. And then it's all based on tips. And then if people don't tip.
It's based on tips. And here's the problem of being a driver is it's based off tips. And the tips are based off order price. So if you're a fucking DoorDash driver, you want people ordering like $80, $90 worth of food because then they're going to tip you, you know, 15, 20 bucks. But most of the time, you're going to be getting orders that are like $20. They're tipping $5, and you have to drive so many miles that you have to go there with increased gas prices. You're not breaking even. You're still profiting, but you're making like less than minimum wage in certain in certain moments. You tip delivery drivers in the U.S.? Yes. If I order, I usually tip whatever's recommended. So, like, they have a sliding scale where if you have a cheaper order, they try to get you, they recommend you to tip like 24%. Or something, but if your order's more expensive, then they get you to tip less. Why? Well, because it's like, if I order $150 of food, I'm not going to tip you $45 to deliver it, right? It's one bag. I'm going to tip you like 25, 30 bucks. Like, because I'm giving you like, you know, money to deliver it fucking 6 miles, 8 miles, however far it is. But if I order like a Chipotle burrito, I'm not going to tip you 10% because then you're getting like $2. I'm going to tip you like $10. So I'm basically paying for like half of the order So they have that. If you've ever used it, which most people have, 78% of Americans, you see they have a sliding scale on tip guesses.
Tip you get.
Dog, $30. Yeah, bro. Keep in mind, I also, dude, I have my own, opinions on tipping, and I think in the U.S. it's like a shitty situation where like people aren't getting paid because the business doesn't want to pay them, so they work off tips. So it's like, oh, well, if we don't tip them, then they'll get paid later on. Like, yeah, if every single person stopped tipping people would have to fucking up the pay of waitresses and waiters, but that's not the system we live in, so I always say just tip. But I'm also in a situation that I tip more than the average person just because I make good money. Like I'm averagely tipping like 25% at a restaurant. But I'm not going to stay, because I'm like, why am I being stingy? High cortisol activity, low cortisol 2026.
Recently, there has been a trend on TikTok of people saying they are now choosing to only have female Instacart drivers deliver their goods because male drivers keep messing up their orders. One woman gave her driver a super simple list asking for 1 pack of toilet paper, 1 pack of towels, and 1 pack of chicken. Despite the app stating that the man scanned a pack of chicken, what she got was 240 red Solo cups.
No, that's so funny though. That is fucking hilarious. 240 red Solo cups. Oh my God, you're gonna be playing Pong for like 10 years.
A refund. You know what? In a situation like this, though, do you not just think that I'm doing multiple jobs at one time and I gave you the wrong bag?
I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Because they might have 3 bags in their back. They might have 3 bags in their back car, and somebody ordered that, and now some other dude's getting paper towels. Oh my God. Wow. This woman wants toilet paper, paper towels, and chicken. She gets red Solo cups. Meanwhile, there's a party full of people that are waiting on red Solo cups to be able to play drinking games, and they just get like toilet paper and raw chicken. Don't worry, guys. The red Solo cups will be here anytime.
Sorry, dude, but I'm not a feminist, and I like men a lot. And I think, dude, if a man goofs up, you have to give him 75 chances.
It's true. Women,
right?
1.
Women, none. You have to be perfect at all times. In another instance, a male shopper was tasked with getting a customer a tub of Neapolitan ice cream. After claiming they didn't have the brand she wanted, he sent multiple blurry pictures of what they had, only for it to be very clearly in stock. There's none. It's a fucking buffoon, man. I couldn't tell you. You have Ben & Jerry's? No, the fuck to the left. I see it in the picture, in your blurry picture. It's right to the left.
Well, aren't there a lot of like grocery stores and shit now where like Uber Eats and DoorDash drivers, they don't even do the shopping. Like a worker at Walmart has the job of DoorDash, and they fill the bags, and then the worker just shows up and goes, I'm here for blank. They pick up the bag and leave. That's the best system, because then they're less likely to fuck it up. Because if a guy's job is to just fucking search for items, he knows the store, he knows where stuff is, it's quicker as well.
While staying at an Airbnb in Miami, a group of girls ordered a long list of basic groceries and necessities for their upcoming stay. When the order was marked as delivered, they expected to find it on the porch. When they opened the door, however, they found the driver simply tossed all the groceries all over the picket fence and left. What are we not seeing, though, in this? What are we not saying? We're not having the full picture on his side. Like, I bet you think he's just like, can I?
Whole ass grocery order, bro. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's like a level of, it's different if you're like, you have a disability or there's a reason you can't, but like, bro, why are we doing an entire week's worth of food on DoorDash? Like, I'm just go to the grocery store. You know, I think it's different. Like, it's a level of convenience where it's like, fuck, I don't have time. I'm going to order lunch. But like, just go to the grocery store. Just go to the grocery store. If you're getting fucking $300 worth of fucking, or not $300, like $160 worth of groceries, go to the grocery store. Ron, yeah, literally, bro, Ron they don't grocery shop. The core guys just order all of their fucking food all the time on DoorDash. I can't believe he did that. He ordered a head of lettuce, and that's it. A head of lettuce. Imagine being the DoorDash driver that delivered that to Ron yesterday. You pull up. Oh, I'm here for this order. Oh yeah, here you go. It's just a bag of lettuce. I've had multiple instances where I've gotten in an Uber. I told you all about this the other day. I got in an Uber XL. I order an Uber XL. I pay for an Uber XL. Uber shows up in a van. I go, fuck yes, dude. We got enough space. We could all sprawl out. Open it up. The back part is for fucking luggage. It's a fucking 3-seater van. And I'm like, hey, we ordered an Uber XL. The guy goes, literally. So we get in, we lap up, right? We got fucking 5 people in a 3-seater back seat, grown-ass motherfuckers, and then 1 person in the front. And the whole time I'm like, this guy is like actually just breaking Uber rules. Like he's picking up more expensive Ubers when he doesn't have a car that fits that many people. Gave him a 4-star. Worst Uber rating I've ever given was a 3-star, and it was because the guy was actually falling asleep at the wheel. I just feel bad. I gave a comment on that one. On both of them, actually. The 4-star one, I was like, car was too small. The one dude, he was biting his finger to stay awake. It was like 1 a.m. We Ubered back, and I get, bro, you know, motherfuckers need to hustle and make money, but, like, you're going to kill someone. He was, like, swerving into the rumple strips, and he was going like this. Like, biting his thumb to stay awake.
I have a feeling that it's just people that are just doing the Instacart. I think they're picking up too many jobs at one time. Also, is there probably more men that are doing this job than women? I feel like whenever I've ever had I don't think I've ever had a female DoorDash person. That doesn't mean they don't exist. I'm just saying.
No, I get female DoorDash people all the time. I feel like men Uber at a much higher rate. Like, if I have an Uber driver, there's like a 90% chance they're a guy.
And that thinking about it now, it's usually a middle-aged man.
My guess is men, if they don't have...
It's usually a middle-aged man. It's usually a middle-aged man with lighting like this. And the photo of their face just like... And they'll say, and it'll be like, it'll have like their interests. I love reading their bio. That's like my funnest, that's like the funnest thing for me. I click on them and it'll be like, oh, this person's delivering. Knows English, Spanish, French, whatever languages they know. Their rating. And it's always funny when they have a shitty rating. I go, oh, I'm in for a ride. Dude, because like anything below 90% means like people don't fuck with them. And you'll see a guy will be like 84% fucking rate. I'm like, dude, he's about to get like fired. It'll be like loves blank. You got to bring that up. Do that shit. Next time you hop in an Uber, see their interests, bring it up. So, I heard you're a big fan of golf.
For the rest of the Instacart drivers that don't have this issue, it can be extremely challenging and dangerous. After receiving a regular order of groceries, a delivery driver walked up to a home and was shot by a man that thought he was an intruder. What? Why? Why would you do that? My DoorDasher's near. Did someone say Taco Bell? Oh my God, who are you? Ah!
You would sue for so much money, though.
Fucking forget that. Unless it's somebody in the house ordered it, it just seems like, I don't know.
This is what happened. He told
Well, and you're also shooting a guy that didn't even intrude. He's just outside of your house.
him, leave it at the door. The guy knocked.
You know what? If a DoorDash driver, I'll say this, I'll say this and I'll stand by it. For any reason, if a DoorDash driver opened my door to set my stuff inside, I'd shoot him.
Oh, he opened the door? That's, yeah, I don't know.
Hearing it out loud seems a bit excessive.
Somebody opens the door, yeah, you're getting blasted.
So there's no reason that a person should be opening my door to come inside my house. I would assume that something bad was happening. Was it that situation, or was it just a guy who was just like firing rounds through his front door?
I'd get a riot shield.
I'm gonna have the COD riot shield so I can walk up to my average DoorDash driver experience.
Like you're a rainbow character, just fucking like holding it down. What is that guy's name? Montagny?
It turns out that the man's wife placed the order and didn't tell her husband. So when the motion detectors went off, the husband sprang into action and shot him with no hesitation.
What the fuck?
None. The motion sensors. Does he do that with animals? How many times have you had a motion sensor go off like a raccoon? All the time.
And you forgot that you ordered that shit or you didn't check, bro? Like, I think it'd be different if the guy was holding a weapon. But, like, your motion sensors go off, you spring up, you're worried, and then you see the guy's holding a bag of fucking food that says fucking Chipotle. I'm going, oh.
All the time.
That's when I bring out my gun.
Exactly. That's why I fire aimlessly. Maybe there's...
His wife ordered it. Still, would you not... Chat, before you shoot someone, are you not checking like, oh, he's just delivering food.
Whenever a customer places an order, they often feel entitled to have the driver do whatever it takes to get their groceries to their door, no matter how ridiculous of a feat it may become. One shopper accepted an unusual order of 4 24 packs of water bottles, 6 12 packs of water bottles, and 7 4 liters.
Yeah, see, that's like fucked up because then you're making that Uber driver carry like a shitload of weight. And why are you ordering water?
Of distilled water and 7 4 liters of mineral water. My God. When they reached the customer's home, they requested,
My lift is not working, just letting you know. You have to deliver at my doorstep. I live 17th floor. All right, so he's just fucking with him. All right, yo, my elevator doesn't work. You have to carry fucking 140 gallons of water. up to my fucking apartment. You have to use stairs. I want all the water bottles. Please don't cancel my water bottles. Otherwise, I have to complain against you. I don't think that there's a world where DoorDash or Uber Eats is siding with the customer here. The fucking elevator's broken. He's requesting me to carry hundreds of pounds of stuff up 17 fucking flights of stairs to get a $6 tip.
Building was broken. Newsflash. It's outside. Come do it yourself. And in the end, the customer canceled the job, leading to the shopper's $8 payment being rescinded and increasing their overall cancellation rate. That's fair. $8? Ah, this is a depressing job. Oh my God. Besides driving people around, Uber also offers a meal delivery service called Uber Eats that is notoriously terrible to work for. Like other food delivery service apps, they pay their workers very, very poorly. Because of this, some drivers come up with creative ways to earn better tips. Jade Phoenix was a full-time Uber Eats driver.
The thing that I see, not with Uber Feets girl. What? I was going to say, not with Uber Eats, but with Uber, the thing that I've seen is somebody picks you up. You usually go, hey, or the driver will go, hey, I'm going to drive you here. If you want to ride back, here's my number. Call me and just pay me cash, right? And then they'll get the full amount. And I've done that, right? And that's a little sketchy. I'm a guy, so it's like a little bit different. I'm not as nervous with it. But it's like, the guy drives me, it's $40, he's making like 20 of it because Uber's just taking a huge cut. And he'll be like, hey, I'm going to be in the area. If you need me in fucking 4 hours, call me. And then I'll just come pick you up. And so that's usually like a better move.
Driver who claimed
because then they're getting more of the money.
Find a
and they're just pocketing it.
Secret method for raking in insane tips on literally any kind of order. When dropping off people's food and snapping a picture to confirm the order, she would purposely include her feet in the pictures.
There is no way that she's getting more fucking money from that.
Claims her tip significantly increased after she began this new strategy. She even received additional money on top of the tip after she sent them the original picture.
You got way more than expected, $29.68.
Do girls like men's feet? Men with feet, it's what psychologically, what is
that? Would lower it, dude. Some dude fucking whips out his dog's hairy ass fucking feet, man. Just in the photo, dirty as shit, long ass toenails. Ugh.
Is that? What is the feet obsession?
I don't know. That's something I will never understand.
Didn't we try doing a foot video and it got demonetized or something?
That's the thumbnail. If for whatever reason you want to watch it, it's on Patreon, bro. There's no way.
It's not just the customers that are creepy horn dogs, but the drivers as well. After ordering food, a woman in the UK began receiving creepy messages from her delivery driver. She was being asked if she was home alone or if she was married. When the woman said she was taken, the driver began begging her to leave him so he could hook up with her. Leave her, baby! The man got so desperate that he began offering as much as £10,000.
He doesn't even know what the woman looks like. He's just offering a random woman off her name alone fucking $10K to break up with her boyfriend.
For her to break up with her boyfriend, there's no way the pussy could have been that good. UK pussy? You kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, I don't think I can leave them. I don't think just can you leave the Chris at the door?
£10,000, Mom.
It shows you their profile. Yeah, but they're not going to be able to see you.
See what me can do.
While looking to the driver's account to report him, she found it even creepier that his
82% satisfaction rate. Chad, I was telling you, below 90.
Listed reasons for delivering was passion. I will say I've had a driver after delivering my thing be like, hey, I love your videos. And I say, oh, thanks, man. And then it's a thing of, you want to hang? Shit like that.
God, that's creepy.
That's so fucking weird. That is so fucking weird.
Exactly. Understand.
Oh my God, bro delivers your food. You want to hang out? No, fuck off, you weirdo. Bro, that or you meet somebody in public, they'll be like, bro, we should hang out sometime. Oh, I've gotten that like twice ever. And I awkwardly have to go, nah, man, I'm sorry, man. I don't really know you. I don't really know you, bro. Oh, we should smoke together sometime. No, I think I'll pass, man. I have no idea who the fuck you are.
Don't ever there's no reason to contact me or anyone ever. Or like that girl. Let's just get me out of this, that girl. If it's a girl now just being like, you know how hard it is for someone just to be like, no. I have no idea how you're going to react to that. You know what I mean? No idea. You've been around me when there's been people. So it's always a risk because we've had a lot of, we won't go into details, but we've had a lot of people that are.
That, bro, or more often, it's weirder when they're like, yo, you want to hang out? But sometimes it's like, yeah, I respect the hustle, but like, I'll meet somebody. They'll be like, yo, I actually do social media. Could you like follow me? We collab. Hey, buddy, I'm trying to like, eat my food right now, and you're asking me to follow you and collab. I think I'd rather not. And I'm not like, and then I come off as a dick, but I'm like, no, like I'm out, dude. It'll be like, I'm out with Brooke eating. You walk up to me while we're at the table, interrupt the dinner, which is a little odd. I think you should wait, if I'm being honest. I don't care if people recognize me. I love being able to talk to fans, but it's like, if I'm clearly on a date, I'm talking to my girlfriend, you're kind of breaking that space, which is odd, especially if we're eating. There's been times where I'm actively eating, they walk up to me. And then, like, on top of that, to be like, hey, could you follow me? Or the worst is when, like, dude, there's a level of, like, respect, too, where it's like, hey, could I get a picture? 99% of people, hey, could I get a photo? Yeah, sure. 1% of people, yo, dude, I love your shit. What are you fucking doing, man? Like, I mean, that's just, like, being weird. Like, just... Like, walk up and be like, hey, can I film you? Can we do a video? Blah, blah, blah. Like, can I take a picture? You're ungrateful? It's not ungrateful. It's just fucking rude. If you see that as ungrateful, like, I know you're probably rage baiting, but, like, anyone that sees that as ungrateful, genuinely unfollow me. Because, like, the level of unawareness you have of, like, just, like, social boundaries is, like, fucking unreal. Like, if you're going to walk up to somebody that you recognize already filming and be like, oh, dude, what's up, man? You're putting on some animated persona. Bro, like, fuck off.
In 2025, one man placed an order and saw that his driver was parked just down the street. When he asked why his food hadn't been delivered, his driver said it was because his car had broken down. He then told the customer that he'd probably just refund it. Not believing a word he said, the man got on his bike, rode down the street to find he was Uber Eats driver sitting in his car, chowing down on his food. See, that's why I could never be one of these. I could never be one of these delivery drivers, because I know I just see their order, I'm like, oh damn, or go to some place, I'm like, what is this place? Get it? Smell good.
One little bite can't hurt.
The customer confronted the driver, only for him to be left speechless before peeling out in a panic. That's a good way to choke, though.
Oh, wait, what does it say? He said his car broke down, so it tracked my order to find him eating
speechless
it.
Before peeling out in a panic. That's a good way to choke, though. At multiple restaurants around the world, you can find signs banning delivery drivers and from using the bathroom. This obviously upset a lot of drivers, who pointed out that it's actually against the company's agreement with these restaurants, as Uber requires them to give drivers access to their bathrooms, okay?
Yeah, I think that's odd. If you're an Uber Eats driver, you should be able to take a fucking piss. It's different if you're like, oh, I'm gonna fucking sponge bath myself in the McDonald's bathroom, but it's like, hey, I'm here to pick up an order. By the way, can I fucking piss real quick?
Assholes. And many don't care and continue to enforce the ban, meaning many drivers are forced to make frequent pit stops and even piss in bottles, trucker style. I mean, come on, dude. Stop at a gas station. That's not that big of a deal, is it?
It's not on my route.
What's an average interaction with a fan? I'm a fan. And now I'm me. Yeah. Really? Yeah. Dude, I watch you all the time. And I go, oh, really? That's awesome. He goes, bro, I love your YouTube videos. I was watching you 2 days ago. Can I get a picture? Yeah. Take a picture, dap him up, have a good day. That's it. Regular interaction. But see, you have 100 interactions, you're bound to have like 3 or 4 that are just weird. The common awkward interaction is they go for a fist bump, I go for a dap up, or vice versa, and then we hit the awkward switch. And then it's like, meeting a fan annoy you? No. It doesn't annoy me meeting a fan. It annoys me when they stare at me from 50 yards away for an extended period of time because either A, they're not sure that it's me, or B, they're just too scared to walk up to me, especially if they're in a group and they're all kind of hovering around each other and just constantly looking up and staring at me. It, like, ruins the potential for me to have a fun time if I'm, like, out and doing something nice because they're kind of just, like, stalking me from afar. Like, just walk up to me. And so what I've done now is I've gotten pretty good at, like, if I see them, I know they know who I am because there's, like, a certain stare they give. So I just break that so I don't have to deal with that. And I walk up to them and I go, do you know who I am? And I've never had somebody yet go, no, because it's pretty obvious. Like, they're going, staring at their phone, staring at me. So I'll just walk up to them. I go, you know me. And they go, yeah. I go, thank fuck. I usually go, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to break, like, the awkward. The only time I've ever denied people of taking a photo was when I've been in a hurry. Like, there was one, literally, while I was coming back from the trip with Jack, there were 2 guys that recognized me. I'm literally walking to my gate. They're actively boarding. They go, Joe Bart. I go, yeah, bro, what's up? And I just keep walking. And I'm like, fuck, I know they wanted to talk to me, but, like, I had to get on my plane, you know? So it's like shit like that. It's like, I feel bad because I'm like, oh, damn, they probably thought I was annoyed. But, like, I'm not annoyed. I just, like, I gotta dip.
Even the robots that Uber employs are being targeted and destroyed. In Philadelphia, both restaurants and residents were excited about Uber's plan to deploy delivery robots in the city, but some angry citizens had other plans. Which, dude, fucking clankers, what are you excited?
Yeah, or, well, if that happens, if you have, like, a delivery bot fucking try to deliver your shit, it flips over, it can't autocorrect itself. So does the app just cancel your order and refund you? Or do they be like, oh, we need to get a service agent to come fucking fix it?
Citizens had other plans. Which, dude, fucking clankers, what are you excited for? Clankers rolling around your city? There's these little drones taking our jobs.
The homeless are fighting back, though.
I'm glad.
The homeless people in big cities are fighting delivery bots.
Only 1 month, multiple robots had been completely destroyed or vandalized. Many were left to decay on the streets as well. Online, multiple videos show people kicking them and sitting on them. Others purposely block and place them off their set path.
Oh, it is easy to get food out of them. I wonder how hard the lock is to break. But if you are a homeless person, it's like, you know, you're not really hurting anybody stealing that food.
Sitting on them. Others purposely block and place them off their set path, causing them further delayed deliveries. This hate for delivery robots runs deep, my friends. And in fact, one man has an entire social media account dedicated to aggressively screaming and harassing any delivery robots they see in LA.
Watch what you do. Don't come at me. Don't come. You're going in a fucking shade. Don't you dare.
Arvin is on duty? Wait, are these operated by people? Or are they just giving this robot a fucking name?
Come at me like that. No, excuse you. Excuse you.
Are you under the Terminator 2 mentality?
Wait, what? Most delivery robots are highly autonomous, not remote controlled. There's humans on standby in case something goes wrong. That's the same thing with Waymos. Like, Waymos are AI self-driven, but there's, like, people in case something goes wrong. I hate how they just give them names, dude. Why are we giving a name to a fucking robot? It's the delivery robot, bro. Arvin's on duty.
Exactly. Just in case there's a conscious in there. Hey, buddy.
Hey, delivery robot, Joe, hope you're having a good day.
You will fall.
After all this, Uber still plans to keep the robots in the city, claiming they were designed to be tampered with and send alerts when they break down.
There you go. They should have them explode if people mess with them.
Yeah, exactly.
They let out just straight fart spray. You get near it and start fucking with it, it just starts spraying you. You just reek of shit the next fucking 3 days.
Oh, you're clinker.
5, 4,
What?
3, 2.
I mean, Akira.
Mark Rober type shit? Yeah, just fucking sprays you with mace. Straight bear spray to the eyes. Move out of the fucking way. I have somebody's Arby's steak nuggets to deliver. If you don't move in 3, 2, 1.
Like Sarah Connor. Ah! It's probably well known by now, but DoorDash as a company is extremely, extremely evil and has been caught treating its workers horribly on multiple occasions. What's fucked up is it's still an app on my phone. Is that food addiction? You tell me. Recently, the company had to pay out nearly $17 million to its drivers because from 2017 to 2019, it was caught using customer tips to subsidize drivers' base pay rather than adding tips to the overall payout. That is so fucking scummy. I'll do you one better, Nick.
Well, isn't it also proven that, like, there is a, like, somebody, I don't know if it was DoorDash or Uber Eats, but there was, like, a whistleblower that said that these apps, number one, or adding priority, like if you pay $3 for a priority order, it does actually nothing. It's like a myth. It's just farming money out of you. And then on top of that, like they have a system, like an AI, like computation thing to give a desperate rating to its workers. And the higher your desperate rating, the lower the order, like monetary amount they'll give you. If you're somebody that works for like Uber Eats and you are really scrounging for cash, you're going to have a high desperate rating, and therefore they're just going to give you the shittiest orders because you're just bound to take them. And so if you're like more of a casual Uber driver, they're going to incentivize you by giving you better orders that make you more money, like per order. Like a desperate Uber driver might make more money, but they're doing more orders that are shittier. I don't know if that's like definitively proven, but I remember that was like a big thing like a little bit ago.
Okay, order some Taco Bell.
Yeah. All right, well, they got me. It's gone. Definitely not downloading it as soon as I'm done.
Definitely not reinstalling that app in 15 minutes. Well, here's the weird thing is, are they owned by different companies? Like, is Uber Eats and DoorDash competitors? Because when you use both of them, they're identical in UI. Like, if you use, I've used both. They're identical. Isn't that not weird? Like, if you use them, like, it looks slightly different, but, like, the same scroll page, they just look the exact same. Like, if you're on the app, you have no idea which one you're using. They're definitely not identical. They're very similar.
In 2025, air traffic control workers up in the tower at Chicago O'Hare Airport noticed a small red car driving across runways and into restricted areas.
Wait, what? Delivery driver finds way onto secured areas at O'Hare Airport, drives miles before being spotted.
And into restricted areas. What the hell is that? Little Dr. Seuss car driving across. When they alerted
Were they doing it? Were they just like insane driving on the runway, or were they trying to like get a shortcut to deliver food faster?
Airport security, they stopped the car and discovered a 36-year-old man trying to fulfill a DoorDash delivery.
I'm on the tarp.
Oh, sorry, I'm lost. I don't know how I got here. I was just following the Uber Eats GPS.
Back.
Did I take a wrong turn? Oh, God! I fly right above him. Whoa! How could you get in this area?
I think he's just an old guy who got
He's
lost.
36!
Yeah, he's not an old guy. I mean, you'd have to pass barriers, dude. I feel like you'd have to drive through a fucking fence. Like, you can't just mistakenly drive onto a runway. Like, he was right next to an airplane.
An old guy who got lost. Yeah, if he was an 84-year-old man, I'd be like, well, yeah, he's what he's supposed to do. 36 and being like, well, I don't see why. How did you get there? How did you get past the gates? Did you think?
It's not even get past the gates. Like, airport runways are so big. Chicago O'Hare Airport is so massive that it's like for him to get to an airport gate, he had to have driven like 2 miles on this fucking runway. Like, he had to have been passing planes that were actively moving around him.
He just did, I have a DoorDash, and they're like, and they open the gate. I mean, what the fuck happened? Apparently, he just drove straight through the gate at the front of the tarmac and began driving for miles up and down the active runway. I mean, there's planes everywhere, dude.
Well, once they saw him, they probably grounded everything.
You know what? The thing earlier,
Your flight gets delayed. Sorry, there's actually a man in a smart car that is driving around our runway. We will be taking off as soon as he gets the fuck off.
men doing this are so stupid. Where am I supposed to go? What terminal are you at? What gate? It was determined that this is somehow completely unintentional. An investigation ended up with the man being let go without any charges. How?
How did he unintentionally drive into an dude? Because it's like, right when you notice you're on a runway, wouldn't you just turn around? Like, okay, sure, he drives through the gate thinking that he's going into a gated neighborhood. But then the second he's on, like, a tarmac and he's seeing fucking planes land, I feel like he'd be like, oh, no. Like, why would he continue driving up and down?
Regardless of how insane some drivers act, it's hard not to feel bad for them, considering that working for DoorDash is extremely draining. Unfortunately, however, some drivers take out their frustration on the customers. After trying to surprise their partner with some Asian food, one woman was shocked to see that her driver had sent her a picture of him next to a dumpster and peeing on their meal completely unprompted. Completely unprompted! How do it... See, this is what I'm saying, though. How do we know it's completely unprompted?
We're only getting one half of the story.
I think so. Don't get me wrong. I think that these things do happen. Some just people freak out. But I think when people make these stories, you're leaving out a little bit of information, aren't you? What did you do? Hey, man, how you doing today? I think it's some stuff that's just being like, hey, just let you know I'm in line, whatever. I'm in line because you get a message like that from DoorDash sometimes. I'm in line, picking up your order! Exclamation point. I bet some person would be like, make it quick. Just a little. Just so.
Yeah, piss him off. Where are you? Where are you? Why are you driving so slow? Okay, buddy, fuck you. I just wouldn't deliver it though. I wouldn't pee on the order. No, you know what you would actually need to do? You don't pee on the order, you still deliver it. You just shake the bag up. You go, "Oh, there's liquid." Fucking put it down. Still good food, but it's like, oh, now it's all over the place.
I'm sure piss all over it. Appalled
fries all over the bag.
By this, the woman asked what was going on.
You bitch, I piss on you.
And all he said was, and I quote, "You bitch, I piss on you," before ending the conversation.
I don't know. Where is I have? DoorDasher's name is Negman. Where is I have? Front porch.
All he said was, and I quote, "You bitch, I piss on you," before ending the conversation. The woman called the police and allegedly got his car impounded. However, when she posted the DMs to r/DoorDash expecting sympathy, many of the customers found the situation funny, which enraged her even more. It is funny. If I also...
Oh, it is funny. No, it actually is funny. I would also like try and get him fired, but in the moment I'd be like, that's kind of hilarious. I'd be annoyed. I'd be annoyed for like 5 minutes because I'd be like, fucking hell, man. Now I need to order more food. And then you get him fired, and then you fucking,
fucking get
order again.
Over it. It's one meal.
You guys see this is funny?
Yeah, see that she definitely fucking did something.
I think she did.
Yeah, why are you posting it on Reddit assuming that people are going to be sympathetic towards you? That's our first problem. Some guy peed on my DoorDash order. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's so upsetting. Oh, I would be so upset if I were you. Oh my God. My heart goes out to you.
Another driver was arrested after she got caught pepper spraying a customer's order. Courtney Stevenson had just finished delivering an Arby's order.
Bro, I heard about this one. Was this one recent? I feel like I saw this on TikTok. Yeah, 2025.
He got caught pepper spraying a customer's order. Courtney Stevenson had just finished delivering an Arby's order to a home in Evansville, Indiana, when she pulled out a small bottle of mace from her keychain and sprayed it inside around the bag. When the customers brought it inside and began eating, the wife began to choke and vomit, claiming her throat was burning. It's horrible, but it's also just... it would... I mean, like, the fumes...
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like unless you ordered something that was like really spicy, wouldn't you be like, wait, this is like foul?
Alone would be so insane that once again it's a Midwest couple being like, oh goddamn, chicken of China, the Chinese chicken, this shit is popping. Opens it up.
Yeah, you'd have to smell it.
It's not that bad, Carol.
Arby's just smells like pepper spray base. Bro, I've never eaten Arby's. At least that I remember. I think I've eaten Arby's maybe once.
I told you should have went with General Chow's. Courtney was charged with 2 counts of battery, resulting in moderate injury. 2 counts of consumer
It's like fucking biochemical warfare, dude. You're spraying food with fucking pepper spray?
product tampering and was banned from DoorDash. The whores.
Do we get a reasoning? I hate when it's just like, we say this, we move on. I want to be like, why did you do that? Like, what made you go, I'm going to spray this order with pepper spray? Also, horrible fit. Horrible fit. We got blue jeans, a long black leather jacket, and just a tucked in white shirt. Ugh.
a driver named Olivia was caught up in a massive scandal after receiving a delivery. The instructions stated to leave it on the front steps of the home, which I will say, the delivery note option.
This was the one that like blew up, where it was like there was like a naked man on a couch and she took a picture of him and she was saying that he was like waiting for her with the door open, but he said that she opened the door. I don't even know what actually the full result was of this case. I feel like she got like fined or something.
The delivery note option might as well not even be there because I've never seen them actually do it. It's almost always disregarded. I digress. When Olivia arrived, she noticed the door just slightly creaked open. After a brief inspection, she could see a naked homeowner asleep on the couch. Instead of
Filming him's wild.
walking away and reporting the customer on the app, she decided it would be a good idea to walk further into his home and record him. Everyone's probably seen this
Her walking further into his home is a claim made later by the man in court. There's no publicly available evidence.
story by now, but it still appalls me. I can't believe it. She then went home and uploaded the footage to TikTok, claiming she had been sexually assaulted.
Wait, hold up. This is a lot. Contrary to popular belief, the video you just watched is the only publicly available evidence. No original upload or ring cam video exists on the internet in which she opens the door that was slightly ajar, or we were not able to find it. The screenshots from the deleted video is just a chop of the original footage. In the only video that is on the internet, she does not touch the door, she does not enter the house, and she's very clearly follows the instructions from the note on the app, which, if followed, would force anyone to see the man on the couch. Yeah, I think that's where we're in this weird gray area where it's like, okay, well, why is this dude butt naked on the couch, and why is his door unlocked, and was it open? The only other existing footage is the additional footage mentioned in the police report is not public and therefore does not specify what the footage is. Oh my god, so it's not on social media, but the police have it? There's no publicly available video of her
If you
opening the
see a
door.
naked person sleeping...
Hold up. Although there are some really bad AI okay.
If you see a naked person sleeping, is that assault?
He's in his own home. I think where you get into the debate is why, yeah, you're allowed to be naked in your own home. That's not illegal. I'm saying if he ordered food and was naked in front of the door and left the door wide open, that's a problem. The debate comes from the idea of whether or not the door was open to begin with, right?
That's the gray area. I don't know. You tell me. I don't know how cracked it was, blah, blah, blah. I digress. To me, it sounds like a drunk man ordered food and passed out on his couch, whatever. If it was fully open and it was a screen door and the person's naked there.
Yeah, and it's also different if he was, like, awake and, like, doing something versus him just being, like, passed out, drunk, asleep, naked. The door was probably cracked. She should have just left it and then opened it, saw him naked, and then filmed it. I don't really know, though. Like, I don't want to assume.
Actually, that would be like, what the fuck are you doing? The internet did not side with her and called her insane for walking into someone's home, even if the door was slightly open. Things would only escalate when she continued to post online, screaming at the top of her lungs and doubling down that she was sexually assaulted and how DoorDash was in the wrong for banning her. When local police got hold of her footage, they determined that the man was clearly drunk and asleep on his couch. This clearly indicated that there was no assault or wrongdoing since he was in his...
Yeah, like, that's what I was saying. Like, if he was, like, left the door cracked and he was, like, fucking, like, jorking it or some shit on the couch, like, that'd be, like, way fucking worse. But, like, I think the way that the lawyers are mocking it up against her was drunk man, ordered DoorDash, fell asleep naked on the couch, door was probably cracked. She should have just dropped the bag off, left, saw the door was cracked, opened the door, saw him naked, opened it more, filmed him. I don't know, though. Like, that's... I have no idea how this turned out.
But however, in January of 2026, she was charged with 2 felonies, 1 charge of unlawful surveillance, and another...
Oh, she got fucking charged?
No assault or wrongdoing since he was in his own home. For months, Olivia would defend her actions, but however, in January of 2026, she was charged with 2 felonies, 1 charge of unlawful surveillance, and another of dissemination of unlawful surveillance images, each carrying a maximum sentence of 4 years in prison. The saying a few bad apple ruins the whole bunch definitely applies to delivery drivers, as we've all had annoying experiences dealing with them. For some people, messing with their food is enough to put an entire app on their shit list, which justifiably so. Most of them do their jobs correctly, but there are plenty of drivers that seem absolutely incapable of doing.
But like, if it was like crap, why would she do that? That's what I don't understand. Like, I don't know, man. we're never going to know, though. If it's like the lawyers have this video that isn't released to the public of like her opening the door, then that's like the biggest thing. Is like if the door wasn't open and she opened the door, then it's fully on her. It's literally one or the other.
So the next time you order food online and it gets delivered correctly, be respectful. After all, you never know how insane their shift has been, right, guys? And also, too, I will say, I mean, have respect for the DoorDash driver and stuff. It's a meal. It's a meal. Granted, you paid money for it or whatever. If they didn't deliver in the right spot and you had to walk a few extra feet to get to whatever, or you had to do X, it's not the end of the fucking world, you know? Did somebody fuck up your order and you had to, you know, you had to like live with another thing? These things don't make it justifiably okay just to be like, well, I guess I'm just gonna get walked over. But at the same time, just like let it fucking go, man. Or just don't order through the app anymore. You choose a different one.
Yeah, I think it's like from a customer perspective, if you're having like repeated bad experiences, like just stop ordering food. You know what I mean? That was a good video though. I did enjoy that. We gotta do push-ups, I know. Inside the world's scariest meat market. Is that real?
North
Why does that look like a doll?
Sulawesi's markets are just on this completely other level. People call it Asia's most extreme market for a reason. This is like the final boss of extreme food culture. I've never seen anything quite like it.
This is pure and utter madness.
Even Indonesians from outside this
I feel like I'm not really okay. I've never eaten a bat before. Would I try it? Yeah, I would try a bat, but like I feel like in a crazy exotic meat market would be like some shit that's poisonous. If they were selling like Fuji or whatever it is, like fucking puffer fish, no, not getting that. That's how you get COVID, dude. Then I'd be patient zero.
downright terrified of this place. It is not
Fugu, not Fuji.
known to have everything you
That was just a duck.
can imagine. Cats, dogs, rats, pythons, and endless numbers of bats.
All right, hard pivoting what, yeah, okay.
I gotta be honest, guys. I don't know if any of this ever makes it on.
Would you eat a dog? No. I'd eat a guinea pig. I would never eat a dog. I'd never eat a dog or a cat. I think that it's, obviously it's like different culturally how you view that animal, but I truly believe that like dogs and cats are basically bred to be human companions rather than food, so I don't think it even makes, not even just moral, but like logical sense to eat a dog. Would you eat a horse? I would try a horse. They serve, when I was in Iceland, I can't eat a horse, because I have alpha-gal. Anyways, I would try one, though, if I could. But, yeah, they have horse in Iceland. That was, like, a big thing on one of I went to, like, a big steakhouse, and they had they had steak, they had whale, they had horse, and then puffin. And I was like, wow, I'm not going to try that. And I wish I kind of did, because now I can't. Whale? Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't like whale. I don't think I would like eating whale. Puffin probably would just taste like chicken, and I would bet that horse just tastes like steak.
YouTube.
And what
I would bet horse tastes like steak.
appeals to me
Like
is
word,
that
word for word.
this isn't about some kind of crazy shock value. It's not some weird medical claim that's driving the appeal. It's not novelty for tourists. It's none of that. This is what people eat here for Christmas dinner.
In Tomahan for Christmas, you
Oh, is this like festivity? Like this is like where people splurge.
eat like bat.
Yeah, we do.
Like that's the specialty.
Correct.
And what outsiders see as just completely insane, as extreme, is just everyday Minahasan culture. It's part of the tradition here that just never really modernized. So why does this still exist?
The wing is the best.
I mean, isn't it becoming more and more outlawed to eat like what would be considered Western pets in Eastern countries? Like, I feel like I've seen a lot of shit where it's like becoming more and more, I guess, normalized to just like not like, hey, don't eat that. Like, I know that's obviously a stereotype too, of like Asian people, which is just racist. But I'm pretty sure that's like in most Asian countries, that's like not even really a thing.
That's crazy.
It's the best bit. Yeah. In my family, everybody will just like, fights for the wings. Yeah, no kidding.
Here's my plan. We're going to check out a few of these markets to see if the food is actually mainstream or if these are just...
What do you think bat would taste like? Like a bird? I feel like it would taste... I feel like it would taste really bad. Like chicken, but like something's off. Like something's really not right. Like, yeah, just like a mixture of like chicken and turkey.
Few fringe stalls that are pushing this narrative on the rest of the world.
Crocodile, I've eaten crocodile or alligator.
And I'm going to
I never know which I've eaten.
push myself to the limits, of course, by trying this stuff out at a local restaurant. Check it out.
I think a dog would be the line for me. I would try like horse, I'd try guinea pig, I'd try rat, bat. I couldn't eat something that like I have as a companion. You know, I would not be able to eat a dog. A cat? No, that's what I'm saying. Like anything that I would say I would classify as like a pet. Obviously guinea pig's a pet, but it's like I don't really have an attachment to like a guinea pig.
If I'm the only one there. And finally, we've got to head out to the source. We've got to trek into the jungle, try and find some locals to take us on a true hunt and see if we can see...
What is that? Oh my god, just right over the flames.
How this stuff
Holy shit, just cooking him with his fucking organs in and
goes
everything.
down Sulawesi style.
It is pretty thick Sulawesi jungle, and for just some tiny ass little rats, it is wild.
How do you catch a rat in a jungle? I feel like I would starve to death in the wilderness in fucking days, bro. How does somebody catch a rat? I would be running around that thing. Like, you would have to set up a trap. Raccoons are becoming domesticated. I would love to own a raccoon. They're little bandits. Wait, where is this? Sulawesi. Have never seen this on GeoGuessr. In Indonesia. I never guessed that island.
Just like,
Oh my god, I could tell you right now, if you fucking spawn me on this goddamn road, I'm going Jakarta. If you spawn me on this road in GeoGuessr, I'm going, that looks like English, but I can't understand any of it. There's no special characters. It just looks like I'm reading gibberish. That's how you know that you're in Indonesia. Because it's like, okay, Babi Utang, Patolo, I don't know what I'm reading.
my kind of jam, Just roadside, retailing bats. Boar, python, bats, frogs. Well,
Ooh, I'd eat frog, no problem.
They're skewered on sticks like some kind of popsicle from hell.
what an entrance to a market. We didn't even get there yet. We just saw this roadside guy just hanging out here. I have bat blood dripping all over my hands, but if you ask me, that is a good start to the morning. Let's go. Good morning.
All right, we gonna get a taste test here? I wish we had like a Disney adult go to one of these markets. All right, guys, so the market's gonna close in under an hour. Are we gonna be able to see how many bats we're gonna be able to eat in the next 30 minutes? Like, are we gonna be able to make the rides in the next hour?
People, we are in the Tamahon market, which is well known.
I'm looking for a few items that I don't know whether or not they're gonna have.
Well-
First off, fugu. Poisonous fish.
Or has the reputation of being
Are those eggplants?
one of the craziest meat markets in Asia. I gotta admit, so far, it is beautiful. But we're about to step into the meat section, which of course is where you beeline to when you hit an Asian market.
I would act like I'm an expert. I'd wander around. I'm staring at a dead bat. I'm just like, hands behind my back. I'm just kind of pacing like, how much? Ooh. Ooh.
Crazy. Woo. That did not take long. As soon
Yeah, I'm happy he blurred that.
as we hit the corner of the market, there are some blackened out roasting dogs. There's pigs everywhere. There's a dude carrying around a tray of, is that rats or squirrels? That's rats?
Oh my god. Do you think they're seasoned?
Wow.
Bro, like I could not, like I'm not, oh my god, I don't think I could eat that. I know I'm stuttering. I'm like, holy fuck.
Wow. If you guys know anything about me, you know I'm very much a rat
I don't
fan.
think I could eat that. I would try it, but like, dude, I would want you to just hand me a piece of meat and just be like, tell me if this tastes good. Don't tell me what fucking animal it is. I don't want to see the whole dead rat and be like, all right, I'm going to buy it on a stick.
Of the market, there are some blackened out roasting dog squirrels. That's rats?
Yeah.
Wow. If you guys know anything about me, you know I'm very much a rat fan. I don't know why it's become this kind of like sick addiction. Jungle rat here in Sulawesi is a huge, huge thing. But we're gonna venture a little bit deeper into this market and see what else we can find.
The second you step in, it is just absolute sensory overload. There's not one or
Oh my God, I love that guy. Smoking a cigarette, just fucking cleaving away at this hunk of meat.
absolute sensory overload. There's not one or two stalls here. Every
Oh,
vendor
they're all doing it.
is just stacked with jungle fare. And one thing mainly jumps out. Bats. They are everywhere. They're stacked on trays, they're hanging on hooks. Vendors are flapping them about to try and attract customers.
Oh my God, guys, I don't think I've ever seen a market like this. This is pure and utter madness. It's just like, we are 2 steps in. I thought I'd have to hunt down the exotic meat, but this is like next level.
And the sight is wild. But the smell is what really brands it. Just burning hair, charred skin, blowtorches, firing up the
Yeah, like, I don't want to say are they overcooked, but the bats are char black. Is that just, are they not cooked and they look like that? Like, I'm going to be real. I don't think I've really ever seen a bat close up in real life. I know they have like fur, but you only see them in the sky.
second an order lands.
We have huge pythons hanging from this structure. The boar is everywhere. Obviously, not that common in Indonesia. I'm so used to not finding pork in Indonesia at all, but this is a Christian area, not Muslim. So there's plenty of wild boar everywhere, just like hair on, and wow, there's some big
That lady had a Gucci shirt on.
bats right here.
You think that shit was real? It's a little B-roll. She kind of looks disgusted by that.
That is wild. Oh, wow. All right, guys. That, I've got to admit, is kind of gnarly. Just the texture, the kind of wetness on my skin. The
Oh, God, it's wet?
rubbery, the like mini claws that are biting into my hands. The rubbery nature of it. It is just like one ugly looking creature. I guess we do like the
Is that its penis?
locals do. We buy a couple of these bad boys and we got to cook one up.
Do you think the wings kind of taste like chicharrones?
So this is how they
Could get behind that.
normally sell it. So the same like that, slightly roasted.
Yeah.
So it's easily they will, when someone's coming in here and buy it, that will be clean all the stomach part.
Yeah.
That's it. And then sometimes you can ask them to chop it or not, just like this.
Oh, you don't eat the wings?
He's taken off the wings, and I think he's going to give it a quick blowtorch so that it ends up a bit more like these guys hanging out down here.
The hair singed right off with a blowtorch.
Okay, there seems to be a pretty specific set of features that we roasted down, like the claws, like the hair right off the body. What we have now is just like naked bat.
And then it's broken down. Shoulders cut, chest pried open.
How much do you think the back costs?
What's left
$5?
is hacked into chunks, ready for the pot.
We have this kind of
Bro, I'm eating right now. I could eat watching this, no problem. I never understand that shit. Oh, dude, I'm eating. Oh, dude, I'm eating. You're not watching somebody throw... Bro, you know what you're eating? You know what you're eating? Probably a dead animal. You know what you're looking at? A dead animal. What the fuck? I mean, the disconnect's unreal right now. You're probably eating chicken wings, watching somebody cut a bat up, and you're like, oh, no, this is ruining my vibe. You're eating a dead animal.
lovely assortment of bat parts ready to roll.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. We got a sub, people. Yes. Oh, thank you, sir. One package bat ready to go.
I want to see him eat it. When are you going to eat it?
This looks like a nondescript house in the middle of Sulawesi, but in fact, it is a restaurant. And inside, they have some of their local specialty dishes. This is like a common local eatery. It's not like you got to go to someone's backyard who cooks up special Chinese medicine infused, whatever, like you might find bat and cobra done in Jakarta. Here, it's
See, Cobra's a no-go for me because that thing's fucking poisonous. Like anything that kills prey by like poisoning them to death or like inserting some sort of venom is a no-go. Like I wouldn't want to eat that. You also have alpha gal. I could eat a snake, Zod. Snakes aren't fucking mammals.
A staple. So we're going to check out how it's done right now. Let's go. The Minahasan people are devout Christians.
How do snakes have sex? I'm not Googling it.
And it is absolutely everywhere you look. You walk into a restaurant even, and you can just feel it everywhere. There's crucifix.
They don't? No, they do. No, they definitely do. I don't think it's like a salmon thing where like one lays an egg and the other fertilizes it. They have coils. Yeah, I'm assuming it's like a hole.
Verses on the wall, and just this faith is woven into this space. And in my mind, that's kind of starkly juxtaposed against what is on the menu. It's not that there's anything wrong with it, it's just not what I usually
That's no problem, bro. Rice with chicken, I'm getting that off rip.
associate with sort of really traditional Christian meals. Either way, the menu is just straight up jungle fare. There's bats, pythons, dogs, you name it, and the place is just packed. Locals are pulling up, lining up at the counter and ordering canteen style like it's just another weekday lunch spot. They're like, I'll take a better cat, a better dog, some of that python, a bat please. It is kind of wild. And out back, the cook is already in his groove. I hand him the bat, and he is more than happy to show us how this is done from scratch.
All right, the fly's going over. It's a problem.
The bat first gets cubed, and I'm talking just straight up cubed. Everything is going in this thing. Organs, intestines, the hairy ears, those pea-infused wings and skin, the whole lot.
Pea-infused wings? Pea? Bats store pea in the wing? No.
People, they eat with
Pea. Am I mishearing what he's saying? Pea from the wings.
the guts.
Oh, really?
It was like a medicine.
Wow, with the guts in the bat.
Yeah. Obat apa? Oh, asthma. Asthma medicine. For the traditional remedy, they will get the guts out and don't know, some like mix with something, and you can do for asthma remedy.
And by the
Okay, I like they're giving a...
time it hits the pot, I'm already questioning my life decisions. It looks kind of wild to me. I'm not
I would be like, make that shit extra well done. I want it to be like char.
gonna lie. I thought the bat wouldn't be that bad, but I think it's kind of like, it is pretty challenging with like all the guts and the organs and everything in there.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think the bat's the problem. It's that it's eating, like he's cooking everything. If it was just like, oh, we're going to take some of the meat.
After a good 20 minutes or so of boiling, the bat is then set aside, but the wok water, notably, is saved.
The broth,
Yeah.
they will drink it. So that's how they keep strong or maybe healthy, just like traditional medicine, apparently.
The wok is then refilled with oil, and the cooking shifts gears. We're gonna add some lemongrass, garlic, huge spoonfuls of chilies, shallots, ground turmeric, and then, of course, the bat. And on top of all of
Hey, they're kind of saving it. They're kind of saving this right now. It kind of looks disgusting still, but like what they're adding, maybe I'd give it a try.
this, he pours back in that leftover broth, that rendered down stank, just to add a little bit.
I need to smell this. Can YouTube implement a system where there's like some tube that just emits whatever this smell is? That would be if it smelled rancid, I would throw up. But if it smelled like chilies, I'd probably be able to eat it.
More funk to this water. I'm not looking forward to this bat anywhere near as much as I was the python. I don't even know if you guys saw the python. Might be a different episode. We're then gonna hit this with some pretty intense heat. Just basically stir fry it up. Just like that, we have one bat cooked up Minahasan style, ready to serve.
It looks gross. If I'm being like to me, like that's an intestine or something there. I wouldn't want to eat it. But like I'm not judging anybody that would. I just think that I would not enjoy that. No.
Hi guys, we have here a giant bowl of sliced and diced up bat. Well, it looks more edible now than it did earlier, I've got to admit. But regardless of how much extreme food I have eaten, this is...
I think the texture would be a big factor. If I bit into something and I got like a... like I was biting into like a ligament, that would induce instantaneous vomit from me. Like it would be like just like in the same motion I would throw up. Or if I like bit into like an organ of some sorts and it like kind of popped in my mouth like a gusher.
I have eaten. This is probably going to push me to the limits. There is something about a bat with its reputation, and then seeing this thing cook with just like all of its guts, with the broth added back in for like extra flavor from it being boiled. But this place is packed. Everyone's chowing down on a bat and python.
Oh, is that a bone?
So if everyone else is doing it, I guess we dive right in.
Nice. Dive right in. What do you mean? I guess we dive right in, dude. You're doing a fucking Squidward bite right now. What the fuck is this?
Man,
it's tough.
and it's tough. Your skin is just so tough. It's wild. It's almost like a leather. Just eating that, you gotta really work it. You know, you guys might not have seen it in this episode, but I literally just chowed down on a bunch of python that was cooked this exact same way. And I was under the impression that it would be very much the same flavor profile. You cook two animals in the exact same recipe, but this is completely different. This texture of a frog, it is just the craziest, oddest creature. There is nothing like this. That is for damn sure. It's got a bunch of this black skin. Oh, there's hair on it. Oh, I don't know if I can do the hair. That is, wow. Look at that. Sorry guys, I draw the line at the hair. That is bonkers. You gotta really work this thing to get at this meat. And I thought this would almost be rat-like. Well, let me tell you, this is so much of a leaner animal than a rat. The organs were placed in here with this as well. And that is clearly like a kidney or a liver. And he said this cures asthma. Now, I don't have asthma, but it's put in there for people to eat. We're gonna chow down. Sort of powdery. That's almost better than the meat. Like, so
Honestly, I'd probably rather eat that. I'd probably rather eat. No. I know I had a kind of like a guttural reaction when I saw it, but I would rather eat that because I feel like it would be more akin to like something that I've eaten already versus like just the weird bony bit that's covered in like tough skin.
you eat it, the wing?
And why'd they cut off the wings and fucking get rid of them?
It's like lots of people, that's most favorite part, the wings.
I think what we have here is like an elbow, you know what I mean? The middle of that middle knuckle of a bat wing. And this is apparently the prize bit. So we're gonna try it. Here we go, guys. That's all skin that comes off it. It is so thick, so rubbery. You can taste or feel tiny micro hairs that weren't blowtorched off it. It has a real gamey flavor. I think the gaminess.
See, that's what I would be fearful of. I bet like raw that with all the seasoning stuff probably smells fine. See, no, the gaminess is a no-go.
From this is what is kind of throwing me off. A really, really difficult flavor to handle. Let me tell you. Whoa. Oh, I don't know if I can do that. That is tough. No.
Oh, and he's being so respectful though.
Not for me, guys. Let me tell you.
Like, if this was like, they just pull a guy off the side of the street, they're like, yo, try this. Some dude from like London, yo, try this. He'd be like, oh. I think texture is the bigger thing for me than taste. I think the gaminess I could probably get past. I think having to bite into it and yank it and then like chew it and it's kind of like gummy, no.
Wow. That's a tough one.
Like, I could get by it tasting bad to me.
All right, market number 2, people. What's this market, Nita? Langawan Market.
Oh, God, there's another market. What are they going to fucking sell at this one?
A little bit outside of Tomahawk.
Oh, is this even for food? This looks like betta fish. Nah, that shit looks good. That shit looks good, though. What is that? That look like smoked salmon.
Hi guys, this market seems wild right away. We've got these huge kind of grilling stations behind the various stalls, similar to what we saw in Tomahon, where once you order something, it just gets one more blowtorch maybe to clean it off before you hike it back home. I see huge chunks of python getting grilled off, a dog in the corner. There is bats absolutely everywhere. And again, it just seems to be like a primary meat in this area. It's not just like some kind of novelty. Cat, python, more cats, dog. Wow, I wonder if you can even show cats.
Guys, these pigs, these long-nosed pigs, is just wild, right?
I've never seen that animal a day in my life. Never seen that animal a day in my life. That is a pig with a horn. But like a weird curled... Those are boars? Yeah, but was that a part of its body?
Just bat everywhere, guys. Bat and pork.
How are they getting this many bats, though? Are they farming them? Or is it like they're finding them in the wilderness? Because I just don't understand how every market has fucking hundreds of bats.
It's how much? 3 for 100,000.
Correct, yeah. That's how they normally sell it.
So it's $2 a rat?
Like in like 3 pieces for a higher price. Yeah, they won't sell it once because like you wouldn't if it's not
Is that a good price?
enough for one portion.
I'd eat that. I'd eat that. That, like, bro, compared to a lot of the other shit.
For a higher price. Yeah, they won't sell it once because like you wouldn't if it's not enough for one.
Like, that looks pretty good. That, dude, that kind of has like a kielbasa, like a cooked sausage crisp to it, like right there.
Portion. One portion, not person. Well, unless you're really crazy, love that, you can eat it the whole 3 because they're gonna chop it, like diced it.
What's in its butthole?
So one duck is
Why was its butthole like open?
75,000.
75. This one, right?
But one bat,
$450 for a duck or a bat? Rather have a duck.
one big bat can be the same price.
Like it's like very common to find a bat, but it's more difficult to like get the bat.
The bat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes
That's
sense,
why
I
it's more
guess.
expensive.
So it's kind of like a delicacy. You get less meat, but you're paying for a more premium meat.
Correct. Yeah. It's considered like what premium, the bat.
And even a rat, like 3 rats is 100,000.
Yeah.
So you could get
Yeah, what the fuck? A duck? An entire duck's $450. 3 rats is $6.
you could get more than a duck for the price
Oh my god, they're alive right now.
of 3 rats.
Like 1.5 ducks.
1.5 ducks.
I'm gonna scan this video. I hope they don't kill the duck on the video. I don't think they would show that.
What would you prefer to eat, guys? 1 duck or 3 rats? Those
A duck.
are your options. Hello. Oh my god, they have rats. Wow. Oh, they love it. And these guys, where did they come from?
That's from Klabat's northern part. It's about like 2 hours from here.
And so they just bought this in to sell it today?
Ini beli sendiri atau saja? Oh yeah, they hunt them and some is they hunt them, some they get it from whoever that in the village they sell.
Got it.
These are not city rats that you might be picturing scurrying around the sewers. These are white-tailed forest rats, one of the many semi-arboreal rat species that are native here to Sulawesi. I didn't really know what that meant either. It's kind of like
The lamest people on the internet.
The internet's got its variety of niches and groups, but I think I found the lamest one. You know, Looks Maxes? This is them, but like even lamer somehow.
Look at this. Blackpilling. Bro, I keep getting on like blackpill content. Like people use this one clip of me where I say the first thing that somebody recognizes about you is your looks, and that's how they determine whether or not they're attracted to you. But then after that, I talk about how the majority of building a relationship and actually getting somebody to like you is your personality, and they just cut that off. So they just cut that off. So they put the clip of like me saying, hey, like people, the first thing that somebody notices about you is your looks. And then they're just like, yep, that's it. I'm like, that's not it. Like, I will say, yes, I think when you find it, like finding somebody attractive is off looks. Like that does matter more than some people say it does. But in terms of long-term relationship capability, no. But I'm saying, yes, the first thing that somebody recognizes about you is your looks, because that's their subconscious opinion is going to be how you look. But that's not the only thing that matters. And like the way that I understand Black Pill is that the only thing that matters is your looks. And I think that's wrong, because that is where not only, yes, maybe in the terms of like the first thing somebody notices is your looks, but then they're going to realize your entire personality is structured around how you look, which is like obscene narcissism. Like it's just building a fucking rapport within yourself of like, I look great. I look great. I look awesome. This is how I need to look. I need to change my haircut. I need to start mewing. Maybe I should get facial surgery. Bro, you're 20. Bro, your brain's not even done developing yet. You're going to get fucking plastic surgery at 20 years old because you think that you don't look good? Like, it's your life, fine. But I'm saying, like, don't think that, like, that's the end-all, be-all on whether or not people are going to like you is how you look. It's because they take, like, the idea of Black Pill is they take something that isn't absurd to say and then make that the only thing that matters. Like, good-looking people get better connections in life. Is that true to a degree? Potentially. But I think that's the idea that looking good gets your foot in the door. But when you only care about looking good, and then you get your foot in the door, and they're like, okay, hey, and they start asking for your qualifications, or they want to learn about you, and you're the most dull person ever, because all you care about is whether or not you look appealing. It's like, man, that's like, I don't know. It also causes so much stress within yourself, you know? The idea of having to constantly be like, I need to look this way. I need to be this attractive. It's now you're like, you're hindering your own mood, you know? The pivot of how you feel in life is going to be how you look that day. Like, I don't know, man. And it's just like living for other people.
Black Pill content. This is a group of people that believe looks and genetics are the most important thing in life, and they decide how every interaction is gonna go, which is, you know, sort of.
Well, what is it? It's like it's like subhuman, sub 5, sub 3, low tier normie, high tier normie, Chad. Like, there's a ranking system in the Black Pill like community where they like rank what you look. And a lot of the time they'll say that I'm like a normie or a low tier normie. Like, I saw one guy do a whole facial analysis on me and he said I was a 5. he said I was a 5. And he was like, if he fixed his hair and got Greek curls, he'd maybe be a little bit better. But they'll be like, his nose is crooked, his jaw's too far out. I'm like, man, bro, I don't care. And the guys that are making those analysis videos are like 3s. Like, I just, how are you going to sit there and make all of your content about like, hey, I'm going to rank how this person looks when you're like literally in a basement that's wet underground, just like fucking just ranking people? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm a 5. I don't care. Right? Like, I used to care so much about how I looked, and I still do fixate on certain things. Like, I fixate on my hair a lot, right? Because I do think I am going to go bald. And so that upsets me. But like, there are days where I'll just be like, I didn't do my hair. And I'll just like fucking leave it. So.
And the thing that makes these people so lame is that they're quote unquote straight men who edit other men because they think they look good. Or they argue about which man they think looks better in a comment section. And just bully people who aren't conventionally attractive. When I know damn well.
Well, who's the famous guy that's technically the pinnacle of like Black Pill Chad? Oh my God, who is it? No, not Marlon. It's like a famous Hollywood actor. I don't know, man. I mean, like, this is the guy that's like one of the guys. Oh no, it's Ian Somerhalder. I would agree more on Ian Somerhalder than Jordan Barrett. Ian Somerhalder is a fucking hot guy. But like, I don't know, why is he the pinnacle of like Chad? Because his facial structure's good? Like, it's because, Well, they'll say I have a negative canthal tilt too, and that makes me look like a bitch. I'm like, word chat. This is like actual shit where it's like they'll analyze me and they'll be like, yo, he looks like a bitch. I'll be like, damn. Okay. It's like if you ever want to feel the worst you've ever felt in your life, ask somebody from the black pill community to rate how attractive you are. And they will be like, yeah, man, I think it's cooked. You're so ugly. They'll be, and I'm like, God damn, man. Like the fucking standards we have.
Oh, these people are behind their desk looking like this and telling me this guy's right eyebrow is bigger than his left, so he's cooked. And then proceed to tell me this is the peak of male beauty.
Yeah, man. like cheap. Bro, actually, some shit that looks like you got plastic surgery.
Alright, bro. As a part of this video, I've looked into the species I'm a cold.
Honestly, bro, I think the biggest thing about attractiveness is how you carry yourself. I've seen, and you could say this is like some glaze shit, I've seen a lot of guys that own how they dress. I think that's a big thing. What you wear changes how like that's more important than like I need a Mog in fucking Muse so I could fix my facial structure. Bro, if you got like good drip, and not like good drip where it's like I need to wear what people want me to wear, you wear drip that you fuck with and you like and you own it, people find that attractive. I'm not trying to say like Adam Sandler, right? That guy's old, but like Adam Sandler owns his shit. Like that's an attractive trait for him to own the fucking baggy ass basketball shorts. He looks like a cornball. Like he wears cornball fucking clothes, but he owns it. And so nobody cares. It's not cringe. Like if you own your shit, people are like, fuck with that. Because it's like a level of authenticity rather than trying to be somebody that you're not. People recognize fakeness and they don't fuck with people that are fake. And a lot of the time, like BP community people are trying to be somebody that they feel like they need to be rather than somebody that they are.
People or black pill people, I've studied their behavior and learned their lingo, and really I don't like what I found. And just to be clear, black pill is more like an extreme version of looks maxing, not necessarily all looks maxes, but you know, drag making that distinction. The first place I looked to study these creatures was TikTok. There's a good chance that you've come across a black pill edit or two. Normally what these consist of is a stitch of somebody saying...
No. The fucking music they use, though, is peak. I gotta say, if you see a BP edit, the video is fucking awful. But they edit it to where it's like, damn, this is like not convincing, but mildly interesting.
Something like, oh, looks don't matter. Or someone that's not seen as conventionally attractive literally doing anything.
Yeah, but I'm kind, smart.
See, like, that's so fucking sad. Nah, like, this guy's a cuck commenting that. Sub-Zero looking at me. Bro, like, nah, you actually work at Burger King, bro. You work at Burger King and you don't have friends. Like, and you're sitting here commenting on people that fucking, like, actually, nah, you literally, like, this motherfucker commenting against this woman, like, being an absolute dick about her appearance.
Thoughtful and caring, and those are things that matter more.
What did this poor lady do to you? Literally anyone can get hit with a black pill edit, nobody is safe. And normally the people that make these edits obviously leave their face out because almost 100% of the time they look like this. But on the rare occasion where the editor includes themselves in, it's so obvious every single time because you just see this ethereal looking world-renowned model and then this nigga. Okay, just try and figure it out yourself. Let me show you an edit and I want you to figure out which one is the person that made it.
Okay, well, no, that's...
Did you...
I feel like that one's a joke, though. That one's a joke, though.
Did you find them? Let's try another one. People in the comments are just flaming this nigga too. This guy just replied with this image. Fitting. I don't know where this nigga thought he was going with this. That's not a sneak in, that's trespassing. Twin, being nice does not cost anything. Okay, but on TikTok you also find the higher ranking BP people having mug offs.
Bro, like, what the fuck? This is an actual thing? A mog off? And they're getting donations to see who looks better. This guy's making like a weird rock smolder right now. This guy, I feel like this guy got the mog off probably. I'd vote him winning.
But can we address the elephant in the room though? This BP business is kind of zesty. Really look at the facts here, all right? We have men editing other men.
Yeah, it's like full focusing on other guys' attributes and being like obsessive over how they look.
Because they think they look good. And I've looked at how these people act and speak too. They worship Marlon like a deity because they like the way that he looks. I don't know about you, but that sounds a little sus to me. You know, if they're taking back shots or not, that's not really my concern. I just had to...
I really do feel like Marlon has a very big BP community. Like, not even like he's trying to have it. It's just like, I bet Marlon has a lot of people that just like him because they find him attractive, but it's also like a lot of people that like want to look like Marlon.
I saw gay, so I said gay.
But these BP people like to throw around the term female gaze. The whole goal of BP, I guess, is to capture the female gaze. And they actually do have a calculated way that they measure attractiveness. It's not just, oh, I think this guy looks better. And this is known as PSL. And
bro, I don't know, man. I really feel like it's personality, bro. I have seen so many guys pull girls way out of their league at bars because they're just really good at talking. And I'm not even saying flirting, just holding a conversation. Like the amount of my friend, like I would say Brooke's out of my league, right? I would say that she's much more attractive than me. I don't think when we started dating, I don't think I was like some savant at talking, right? But like I think I got lucky, right? But I do have a lot of friends that I think are very interesting people. And I wouldn't say they're ugly, but they outwardly say their girlfriends are like 4 tiers higher than them attractiveness wise. And it's like, it's not because they went on the BP route and they pulled her. It's like, no, they went up, had a conversation, found common interests, right? Liked each other. And it's like, then that's how they find you attractive. Like,
alongside PSL, they also use the term appeal. Appeal is more just people finding you attractive regardless of your PSL. Now with PSL, this is where we get shit like this. This is what you would call a PSL god.
Oh my gosh.
But a PSL god wouldn't necessarily have appeal. Because again, look at this shit. So I guess PSL is purely for the male gaze then. My zesty theory.
Is that a real photo? That's not a real photo. Chat, that's a real image? No. That is. That jaw structure is unreal, though. But that's what I'm saying, like, I'm not judging this guy by any means either. I feel like why is, like, I think it's just, like, the more, like, you look like a stone sculpture, the more attractive you are on a PSL scale.
This is where we get shit like this. This is what you would call a PSL god. But a PSL god wouldn't necessarily have appeal. Because again, look at this shit. So I guess PSL is purely for the male gaze then. My zesty theory is being proven again. And I find this is no better time than any to really dive into the BP terminology. First word you probably already know, it's Chad. These are people that the BP community can collectively agree, you know, look good. So mainly like these 3 models. And then we have Chad Light. What am I talking about, cunt? But anyways, this is just a little lower. You wouldn't really be considered a Chad, but I don't know if you have to apply for Chad status. Is that something that they do?
No, I always thought that you can't move up, like, far, right? In the BP community, well, you could like make yourself more attractive and move up, but like if you're sub 5, you're never going to be a Chad in the BP community. But if you're like a Chad Light, if you got like a different haircut, maybe like they'll fucking up you. I don't know.
But if you're an unidentified attractive person, you're what's known as an unknown slayer. Like this random ass kid in the back of this video, he went viral on TikTok for a little bit. People calling him unknown slayer. Another example is this one guy. I just wanted to point it out because of this comment. Nigga said bro is real life Marlon.
Bro, what the fuck is you even talking
Real life Marlon, like Marlon's an anime character that doesn't exist.
about, bro?
Like, what the fuck does that mean, bro? I'm telling you, they worship this nigga Marlon like a deity. They don't even consider him real. And if you're the very pinnacle of male attractiveness, you're what's known as a true Adam. And this one guy they call a true Aladdin because he's Middle Eastern. There's not really a pattern there because that's the only example I could find. So maybe there's a different true so-and-so depending on...
Who's like a true Adam, though?
the race? I don't know. And then we have the term high tier normie, or HTN for short, which means you're a really good looking person for somebody that's not an actor or model, just missing out on Chad Light status. There's also mid tier normie, which is somebody who out of 10 is like a 6 to a 7. I know what I just said. Just be cool.
I think people normally rate me like mid low tier normie.
Please. Then there's a low tier normie, which is pretty much just an average looking person. And then, you know, sub 5, which you know what that means. That's pretty much all the dumbass terminology these niggas use. But we also have the president of Black Pill, Clav. You know, interesting guy. People call him the insecure final boss.
Marlon Boggs. Didn't he say, oh my God, wait. I know this clip. Marlon Boggs, all of you? Yeah, but he's black. Yeah, what a fucking comeback. What a fucking comeback. Isn't Marlon also not black? Like, it's just, Marlon Moggs, all of you. Yeah, but he's black, so. No, he's not.
Reasonable take. But overall, the whole belief with Black Pill is lookism, which means if you're chopped, people are just gonna treat you
like what that means. Like, what an outwardly racist thing to say. Like, it's just like, yeah, but you know.
Obviously, people do treat you different depending on how you look. You see how they did Dream? Bro, people who had never heard of him were just flaming him after the face reveal.
What do you think the BP community rates Dream?
Just because he looked a little bit like Rumpelstiltskin. It's really just the angle he recorded it. He's not even chopped for real. See? But you know,
sub 5?
The idea of people...
I feel like they do like low tier normally sub 5. I don't know. It's just like anybody... Dude, when you go on like BP TikTok, you realize anybody you like... dude, like Brad Pitt, for example. They probably rate him pretty high. I would say Brad Pitt is a 10. I would say Brad Pitt in Fight Club is a 10. Like, he is like a very attractive guy. But I feel like I could say that. I don't know what they rate him, but I wouldn't be surprised if like I would say, hey, this guy looks like a 10, 4. And here's why. And then they'll give you a 4-paragraph statement on like every small thing that's wrong with their face and why they should be rated lower.
Treating you differently just because of how you look. Black pillars just do too much with it.
Would Charlie Kirk have gotten assassinated if he were Chad? Well, probably not.
What? 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 Would Charlie Kirk have gotten assassinated if he was a Chad? Probably not. Is this a fucking meme video? Clav is trying to say that if Charlie Kirk was more attractive, he wouldn't have gotten fucking killed.
Would Charlie Kirk have gotten assassinated if he were Chad? Well, probably not, and here's why. Good-looking people experience something called the halo effect, so it's quite possible that if Charlie were to be better looking, someone wouldn't have hated him enough to assassinate him.
The whole mess.
What? 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 What the fuck? What are you talking about, bro? What do you mean? If he was more attractive, he wouldn't have died. I mean, I could understand like you're saying the halo effect of like people like more attractive people, not in the argument of assassinations. I feel like the immediate counterpoint to that is like, it wasn't John F. Kennedy considerably one of the most attractive presidents ever, shot in the head, broad daylight.
It's just lost to me now. I don't even know what's going on. The belief in this.
What? Oh, well, he was a Chad White. He wasn't a Chad.
This idea is objectively wrong and also lame. Please find a place of employment. Where are you finding this time to edit over people that you have been chopped? See, self-improvement and I guess looks maxing by extension is not necessarily a bad thing. And honestly, I believe having deep pockets is more powerful than looking good. Let's take this guy Cuffham, for example. See, I'm not gonna say he's chopped. Let's just let the results speak.
The first algorithm we'll look at is designed to judge the beauty or attractiveness of your face.
Point two? No fucking way.
We'll give you a score between 0 and 10.
But he has motion and he's pretty financially abundant and he has managed to acquire females. Money and status really has a larger influence on how you look. Am I about to make my own pill? I'm gonna call that shit purple pill, or PP for short. But deep it though, Elon Musk could really bag more than a broke ass nigga that looks like this. And Elon really built like a Tesla for real. But it doesn't really matter because that 0.7 in his net worth could retire several generations, alright? Yet black pillars still believe looks are everything.
Damn, I didn't even think about that, bro. The 0.7, $700 million.
Generations, alright? Yet black pillars still believe looks are everything, you slow ass niggas. So you know, instead of smashing your skull, how about you get some motion? Looks maxes, black pillars, they're a community and they like to share their knowledge. And the best place to see this in action is Reddit/looksmaxing advice. Whatever you do, if you want actual advice, do not look on here. Let's take a look, shall we? 15, male, is it over for me? Nigga in the comments said, you could just be famous. All right. Bro must have taken PP. That stands for purple pill, by the way. Okay, next. What can I do? Please be honest. Okay, so niggas are trolling. Okay, so the 1 in a billion chance that, okay, the one in 0 chance that this is real. It's time to let it go, Unc. Let me try to find some actual serious ones then. All right, this guy, 28, chronically single, and I know my forehead is huge. Okay, sounds reasonable. His forehead cannot be that bad. Interesting. The comments have some helpful suggestions. Shaved head might be the move. Maybe balance it out with a light goatee. You evil ass nigga, okay. You know what you're doing, bro. Gain about 30 pounds and you grow into that head. Is that something?
Gain about 30 pounds and you grow. Stop. I'm trying to. That's actually fucked. No, that's actually fucked.
You can grow into a head. Tell women you can read minds. Next, bro. Surprisingly, a lot of women on this subreddit too. I don't think they really reply to
There's women in the BP community. I thought that's only, but is there like BP guidelines for women?
posts, but they put a lot of them up. And maybe my black pillars being zesty theory was wrong, because a lot of them put up shots instead of actually giving advice. How big is my forehead? 1 to 10. You know, coming from the last one, you know, I'm gonna give this shit a 1. I think a lot of people in the comments forgot that question though, especially fucking Shakespeare over here. I'm captivated by how pretty you are. I would kiss that big forehead. It's not big, just kissable is all. I'll give it to you. You're tough, I guess, twin. Shut of the year. And then there's this guy that just said, can I have your number, please?
No. Oh my goodness, Valentine! No, whoa, no! That is not the shot!
That's air, bro. That's straight air. And you know, sometimes even the girls' posts get flamed. You find me attractive. Why/why not? See,
why are women going on the looks max? I mean, like, why is anybody going on this? But why are women going on the looks maxing advice?
See, a lot of these comments are just not nice. But one stood out to me. This guy said, you look like you're offended by everything. Honestly, not a bad observation. You can't hate it. Okay, the more I dive down this subreddit, the less I believe it's actually serious. Just look at—
Yeah, I feel like a lot of it's got to be meme shit. There's probably like there is a BP community, but like, dude, a subreddit that anybody can join, bro. A lot of people are just gonna join it to troll.
Some of these posts. Is it over for me? 214 male. It's been over for quite some time, Abe. 19 female. How do I improve my looks? Reincarnation, man. Okay, I'm gonna just leave it there, but you know, message of the vid, take PP, not BP. Bye. Outro.
Wow. Next video, chat. Media now that like actually just flat out self-diagnose, and that pisses me off. If I see somebody on social media say they self-diagnose themselves with autism, I want to peel my fucking skin off. Like, go to a doctor. Why are you saying that you have something that you don't have? Like, go, like, if you go to a doctor, they tell you don't have it, you don't fucking have it.
Down the list until they find somebody who will give their kid the diagnosis they want. And they use that diagnosis.
And then it makes people that actually are autistic get more shit. Because it's like, there's idiots like that are just fucking lying and saying they have something that they don't have.
To get an advantage on these extremely important tests. Now,
who trusts doctors? I get not wanting to trust one doctor, but if you go to 10 doctors and they all go, yeah, you're not autistic, you are a fucking jackass to go, no, I think I am.
Simple advantage is more time, which is scientifically proven to give a better result. They've run numerous double—
What's the ACT? Similar thing to the SAT.
Scientifically proven to give a better result. They've run numerous double-blind studies, and they find that 18 out of 20 times, even if the person has the same, they take both things, they'll get a higher score with the more time. So standardized starts to feel like the wrong—
I don't know. I feel like in my personal experience, if you gave me more time on an exam, I'm not doing better. Because I'm never running down. If I don't know it, I don't know it. Like, I'm not going to be doing this fucking, room searching ass shit. Like, if I don't know the answer, I don't know the answer. I'm going to overthink it. Yo, actually, I think I might do worse if you gave me more time. Because if I'm sitting there for another 30 minutes, I'm going to go over all my answers and be like, I don't know, actually.
Wrong word here. Because running out of time is standard on the exam. And the exam is designed so you don't have all the time to do every question. And it gives you a huge advantage. The mom asks, won't schools find out? Won't schools know this is going on? Schools don't know. That's why you have to get the 100% bonus time or 50% multiple days. So what you can also do is you can get accommodation to take the test.
Do you need to write essays in the SAT or ACT? ACT, I have no idea. I never took it. The SAT, they have a writing portion that you can opt for. I did that once. It's like a side separate test that like some colleges want. And you take it's like the regular SAT, that's your score, and then there's another test that you do that you have to write
over multiple days, which means you could literally memorize a question you don't know the answer to, leave, go home, figure out.
I took the SAT, got a 980, and then enlisted into the Marines.
Out the answer, then come back another day. There's a current accommodation people are taking right now. That's let alone if you go to their testing center. The accommodations were meant to level the playing field, but what's happening is they're tilting the playing field towards those with money and access. And it's absolutely true. While these are diagnosed at normal rates at regular schools with middle income people, they are diagnosed extremely high among wealthy students. And they are getting a structural advantage on these standardized tests that allows wealth and privilege to have a so-called higher score that allows them to beat people out for these elite colleges. Many more students, especially the affluent, get extra time to take the SAT. And what's interesting is like, there's nothing scientific about the measurement of how much time you get.
Yo, SAT day, bruh. I am so happy I don't have to take that shit anymore, bro. Oh my God. I remember waking up, dude, it was like nervous, bro. You pull up to the SAT, you're in a random ass room with no one you know, and it's just like you gotta lock in, bro. I feel like that's why I did better the last time, because the last SAT I took at a different school. I knew no one, I was in a room with random ass people. I felt like I was at the DMV, and I was just taking that shit. It makes you lock in, bro. I swear. Take the SAT somewhere where you're not comfortable. Just do both. See which one you do better at.
The test is balanced around a certain amount of time. How come like IBS is plus 50% or like ADHD is plus 100? Like there's no way to know how much time should be extra to be balanced. And so people just kind of get what they demand and what they push for. And so the power scaling gives you more, power scaling is the wrong word, but it gives you more, just a huge leg up and a way to not balance it. And I wanted to figure out like why this is happening recently, or like what was the timeline that got us here? And it started with, I think, really good intentions. So the truth is, this guy, Mark Brimehorst, in the year 2000, had a true disability. He had no hands. And so he needed extra time for the test. It was just required, okay? And so Brimehorst took...
They wouldn't give him more time and he had no hands. Are you fucking serious? Like, what a polar opposite. Bro pulls up, he has no hands. And they're like, nah, you gotta just take that shit, buddy. What the fuck? I'd be like, yo, I give this guy hours, bruh. Like, you know how hard it is to fucking fill in a bubble? No hands.
Extra time for the test. He got a good score on the GMAT. And then when it was submitted, they had marked it by saying the score is obtained under special circumstances. This is what they used to do. If you took extra time or you needed an accommodation, extra bathroom breaks, whatever, it would be fine. You get your score, but it would say this. It would just have a mark.
Wait, if you have IBS, you get more time on the SAT?
And he sued and said like that was a scarlet letter that was making him less appealing to colleges or what.
What's IBS? Irritable bowel syndrome.
Whatever.
What about alpha gal? I pull up. I can't eat mammal meat. I can't eat mammal meat.
Made his score seem less than, which I think is a fair point. Maybe people would...
They're like, okay. Do I get more time? No.
Would assume that there was something wrong with it. So once they got rid of this because of his lawsuit, that also got rid of the last barrier to being like, wait a minute, this is just better. And so rich people started to realize, wait a minute, I think there's a direct quote. The guy they called on the phone, it was basically saying like, yeah, I mean, wealthy families have realized that it's a bonus for their kids so that they're behind if they don't do it. And so now it's like an arms race where wealthy families don't want their kids to fall behind. So they're finding ever increasing wilder accommodations and reasons to get them and spending money through the nose to make that happen. So again, like, look, some students with severe anxiety can take the ACT over 4 days, and diagnosing severe anxiety
over 4 days. How are you taking it over 4 days?
It's not like a universally agreed upon test. Do you know what I'm saying? different psychologists can say different things, and some psychologists like money. There's just this huge advantage that's like building and building and building. This has been going on for years, but now it's getting so extreme that parents are starting to really freak out because, especially if you're like in that upper middle, you can't even afford to keep up with this race. You can't afford to pay all the different psychologists to try and keep up. Some of them have to spend $10,000 for a diagnosis. Or finding a gas.
Bro, it really is annoying too, because then even like your entry letter, like when you write a paper to try and get into a college, because you usually write a paper, like that's most colleges, you have to write a paper talking about something to get in. Like they're cheating on the SAT, so their SAT score is fucking skewed. And then they're probably paying somebody to write their own college paper. So like all of their entry requirements are just fabricated. Like, these colleges are letting students in that are actually fucking stupid. And it's like, now the kids that are on paper testing lower, but are in actuality smarter, are the ones that have to go to worse universities. So that actually is kind of, do you think that'll cause like a shift later down the line where like a lot of these like higher upper echelon schools actually end up having worse students and less credibility? Because, you know, if you look at this on like a 10-year span, if people keep doing this, then like the average Harvard student is actually going to be a lot dumber than they used to be. And then like state schools are actually going to be the ones that people want to go to because state schools are actually going to have the smartest kids.
Gastroenterologist to support requests for unlimited bathroom breaks. Again, unlimited bathroom breaks with a friendly proctor is basically a license to cheat. It's a license to go to the bathroom, take out your phone, check the question, then come back. It's a license to cheat. Everyone knows this. And so I asked, I mentioned this on stream, and I asked people if they had any stories of this, and I got a ton. I picked 2, I think. Some people have parents that like have pushed them into using this. Some people have legitimate ADHD, and they feel upset because they know other people are cheating with it, and it makes them feel like they're getting roped into that bucket. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of people who are angry about it. This guy said, "Big Glizzard," which you don't have to call me that in private or in public or ever. You said you wanted stories of SAT extra time, and boy, do I have some stories. I'm graduating today from a private high school in Boston, rich kid school. In my graduating class of 110 students, 25 receive extra time on College Board tests. They are not underperformers in normal class. Even our valedictorian got extra time. The school encourages it too. Like we took our practice PSATs, the students who did not finish all the questions.
Oh my God, PSAT, what a fucking shit. What a stupid fucking test. I remember PSAT days, bro. You might as well just fuck off. Put A for everything and walk out. Like, what is a PSAT? It's a practice SAT. It doesn't count. They give it to like freshmen and sophomores because they're trying to prepare you to take the SAT junior and senior year. It doesn't matter. Unless you're like a high score, unless you're getting like top in the country, you get like scholarships and shit. Like if you get like a 1550 on the PSAT, you might end up getting like money to go to school. So like try in that sense. But like if you know you're going to get like 1,000, oh my God, it's just a wasted day. National merit, I got it. Ooh, we have a genius in chat. Oh, aren't you smart? Oh, aren't you a fucking genius? Oh, aren't you fucking so smart? I got like 1,000 on the PSAT. There was a kid in my class. That got like a 700 or like a 6 something on the PSAT. And no, like the teachers don't get mad at you because they just don't care. But I remember one of my teachers, because like in the PSAT, it's actually just like at your school and it's like proctored by your teachers. One of my teachers told the kid, he was like, dude, you did worse than the average guessing rate. Like you somehow got such a low score that it makes it seem like you knew the answers because you had to have put the wrong answer purposefully, because it's like not possible that like you could have just put A for everything and you would have done better.
They could qualify for extra time because it benefits the school to have a higher score. So even they're in on it, dude.
Like Miles Morales. Well, Miles Morales would get like a 0. Like, that's different. Like, if you get a 0 on a multiple choice test, you know the answers.
And so it's like a weird thing where wealthy schools are like helping kids towards these outcomes, which give them a structural advantage over regular people. I would like to make a bigger point. It's not just the SAT this applies to. It's all College Board tests like the PSAT and AP test.
Yeah, it's also fucking gaining info on you, dude. I remember taking the PSAT. Oh, my God. They would give you like a fucking 9-page quiz on your fucking life. Were your mom and your dad in your life? What education did they receive? What job do they currently hold? Blah, blah, blah. It's like gathering info on you to try and like pinpoint like just groups of people of like, oh, if your parents happen to be college grads, this is going to associate like to you having a higher test score or something like that.
If you do well enough on the PSAT, you can get full rides to some state colleges. I did that for 8
They come down in short order. They fly everywhere. Again, got to keep an eye on it. Just crazy though, how high this tree is. And I've got to admit how effective this has been so far. One tree, maybe 6 or 7 coconuts. Yeah, maybe I should keep an eye on this.
And it's really hard to not be impressed by what these guys can do.
It's 2026. It's 2026, chat. Jesus Christ. Give it a rest. Give it a rest. Give it a rest, bro. Come on, man. It's not funny anymore. It's not.
I don't know why. I was expecting them up down, I don't know, 15, 20 coconuts in absolutely no time.
But like, how much are they selling? I know they're turning the coconuts into coconut water and then packaging, selling that. But like, how much do you think they're making off one coconut? Like, when the monkey rips a coconut off, falls to the ground, is that like 20 cents? Like, how much is that worth? Bro, the only other thing I worry about is like that motherfucker falling from the tree and dying. Like, obviously it's a smart ape. Like, it's probably not, but...
Pretty impressive how selective these monkeys are and how much you kind of trust them. Like, he'll call out to them, sort of push them to take the coconuts. But as soon as it seems like the monkey is done, like he's saying, this tree has only got unripe coconuts left, he's just going to trust the monkey and not really push the issue. Huh.
Later that day, we run into real working monkeys. They arrive just right.
Wait, those were apprentices. So this one's like seasoned veteran, been working the biz for 10 years. He's got a pension built up.
Riding on motorbikes, pulling up to a roadside pit stop. One of them's on the side of a trike, the other's just hanging onto the back of a motorbike like a school kid in Vietnam, catching a ride home.
Wow, and they just hang out with humans. Do you think they perceive the humans as different from themselves? I always wonder that about, like, apes. Like, if you lived with a bunch of gorillas, would they be like, this guy's weird? Or would they see you as one of them? Like, obviously, like, a cat would see you as different. But, like, if you're, like, a lot of apes are very similar to humans. Would they just be like, that's a big human? And he's kind of pale.
Up there is a monkey gathering coconuts. It's been going on for more than 400 years. God.
They've been doing this shit since the 1600s. Who was the first motherfucker to try and teach a monkey to grab a coconut? Wow.
It's just shredding through that tree in absolute seconds.
You think he...
I will say this is the most impressive thing that I've seen in 2026.
Very gentle while he's doing that. He's just like moving his hands like that. Not even...
We are only 9 days in.
Shouting or anything.
Right, the monkey just doing what it does.
Yeah. He said like the monkeys already know what to do, but he also like help to guide a little bit too. So.
Like this seems to be far more working monkeys than the ones that we saw getting trained up. They don't have to sort of yell at them that much.
Andrew Fraser gets knocked out by falling coconut. Wow, these monkeys really are very fascinating. Oh! Just fucking one bonks him right on the head. Unripe too. Just a hard green coconut. It's gotta be, in the 400 years of them doing this, there has to be a colorblind monkey that really sucks at this and just fails out of the coconut school.
And these two are big adult males. They make the apprentice monkeys look like they're on training wheels. They're huge, strong, and they just blitz through trees.
Oh, these are like they're not even adults. These are like teenage monkeys.
Strong, and they just blitz through trees.
Can you ask him if he's ever been hit by a coconut?
Yeah, sometimes. Oh, just sometimes when they hit the tree and then, like, you know, just hit him too, sometimes. But that is it. Like, you have to be very cautious. You have to fall.
Would that shit kill you? I know people die from falling coconuts every year, but like, if that monkey threw the coconut and it like hit you in the head, would you just die on the spot? I feel like you wouldn't die. Even if it's like 50 feet. I mean, how heavy is the coconut?
We're told pretty bluntly that the meaner the monkey, the better they are for harvesting. And honestly,
what?
I can see why. These guys move at an absurd pace. You're filming below, and it's just non-stop thud of coconuts hitting around you.
Like his monkey.
I don't know. I wonder, like, do you think they find it fun?
They are very well trained, right? So one monkey can harvest about 1,000 coconuts a day.
1,000 a day? Nah, they're making this motherfucker work a 9 to 5. 1,000 a day. I mean, a tree probably has like 30 or like at least 10. So they're doing like 100 trees. That probably doesn't take them 8 hours if they're quick.
It is wild. They don't even really seem to come down. They just jump from tree to tree. They do kind of just take breaks up there every now and then, think about which one they want to knock down. But
yeah, they just start jerking off. Just a quick smoke break up at the top. Bro, they do that. Have you ever seen the videos? Bro, no, monkeys do that shit. I swear to God. Dude, okay, don't look it up. But you know he's up there, bro. Guy's like, come on, man. You haven't fucking it. Oh, why is it raining?
And as we drive around the area, we run into harvester after harvester. These little Honda bikes with a sidecar for coconuts. And you pull up and you see the monkeys just hanging out in the trees and collecting the coconuts.
So again, guys, similar kind of setup. A couple of these trikes. Big boy monkeys, males. Mainly, apparently females and males can do this job, but the males seem to be the choice selection. They're rocking.
Holy fuck! That one of them grabbed that many in that amount of time? Dude, that's like 100.
Until midday, it is getting hot right now, so I bet they're about to take a break and just look at all those coconuts. Like, that is thousands of coconuts these guys have cleared out.
All right, I don't know about thousands, Andrew. I think we might need to take a class on counting. I'd go maybe 120.
There's monkeys working all around this area, and it does seem to be a pretty much thriving community of them.
Oh la la.
Every time it's a big adult male.
Yo, that one does look bulky as fuck, you know what I mean? He's kind of like that hippo from Madagascar.
Oh, he's a big one, huh?
I feel like he'd walk out some hardcore. Oh, God, their buttholes are always just out, bro. Damn. Why are you staring? I don't know. It's the entire backside of the monkey, bro. Now you're making me rewind to go look at its butthole, dude. What the fuck? Yo, like that shit. Stop. I'm moving forward.
These coconut trees is like about 100 years old plus.
Wow.
Because
They're
this
that
area
old?
is like, it's not modern farming. So you can see that it's not like in the same line, just like other provinces that we drove past, right? So you can see like, this is not very well organized because it's like nature.
Right.
In the West, we have a long tradition of working animals. Herding dogs, cattle dogs, horses pulling loads and racing, falcons used for hunting. And we don't see those really as shocking. We see it as kind of normal, charming even, as tradition.
Yeah. No, it really is like the same. It is the same thing.
And we don't see those really as shocking. We see it as kind of normal, charming even, as tradition. And the difference seems pretty simple. Dogs are working animals to us. Monkeys in our minds are supposed to be wild, supposed to belong in the jungle. But here in
because we've never lived around them, but if you're around them all the time, you'd be like, oh, that's normal.
southern Thailand, that distinction doesn't really exist. For generations, people have raised monkeys to work alongside them. This practice goes back well over 100 years. And today, by law...
Holy fuck! Talk about a Fast and Furious jump. I mean, he was confident in that.
This
wow!
practice goes back well over 100
I would not have done that.
years.
Holy shit, dude. That was like a... What if that shit snapped?
And today, by law, the monkeys are bred in captivity. They're raised from young, treated like family. One handler told me his monkey sleeps in his house with him. They don't describe this as labor, but as skill. Something to be respected, to take pride in. They even compete to see whose monkey is the best.
How long has he done?
No fucking way. They have dude, this is just like a dog competition. Like where you have dogs just like see how far they can jump into a pool. Or like they go through those obstacle courses.
Guys, I've got to admit, I sort of came here thinking that I would come away with a very, very negative perception of this. And it hasn't been the case at all. Like when you talk to these guys, they insist that they treat these things like they're their babies. They sleep with them. They're not kept in cages. They're out there in the coconuts. And
I don't know, man. It'd really ruin the dynamic if I walked into my monkey jerking off. I think that would be an immediate vibe killer. It's like when your dog humps you. It's just like, ugh, no. Dude, that's a top 5. That's got to be like a top 5, top 3 most awkward thing everybody experiences is going over one of your friend's house and they have a male dog that just starts fucking humping your leg, dude. That shit, and you're like trying to walk away and it just fucking grabs onto you, dude. Yeah, it's like a wrestler just fucking hunkering down on your leg, man. It sucks. And you're just sitting there like, ugh, no. I ain't doing that shit, bro. I'm gonna scream at that dog. If a dog starts humping me, I'm going, no!
Seems like a pretty symbiotic relationship between the handlers, the monkeys. It's been a tradition.
Joe's dealt with a hard banana. Yeah, then they get a red rocket. Oh, God, dude, that shit's fucking disgusting.
Here for up to 400 years. It provides livelihoods for the locals. I think there's something kind of compelling about it. And when you read online, you hear the negative sides of these stories. You're told that these monkeys are ripped away from their mothers as babies so that they're easier to train. People are uncomfortable with a wild animal being used for sort of labor. And I can't verify, a lot of the monkeys here supposedly are now bred in captivity.
I think that's the distinguishing factor, is if this has been like, if they're taking them from the wild and training them, that's different than if they've been bred for 300-400 years to be monkeys that work like and live side by side with humans, you know, because then they're starting to like distinguish themselves from wild apes.
But at the very least, I think it's more ambiguous than it is being portrayed as by some of the people out there on the internet.
There is also a practical reality as well. These coconut groves are ancient. Some of these trees are several hundred years old and they stretch as far as you can see. There are hundreds of
Oh, wow, this doesn't even look real.
Thousands of
These are all coconut trees?
acres of ancient coconut grove in Surat Thani. It is the entire ecosystem.
Is it still common for people to use these monkeys to harvest the coconuts, or is it something that's kind of dying out?
Yeah, he said
At some point, there's going to be a machine that'll do it.
it's still pretty common around here.
And without trained monkeys, well, the alternative would be to cut them down. Replace these ecosystems with the tiny micro trees that are springing.
Oh, see, that's what I've seen. I've never actually been, like, I've never been to Asia, but I've been to, like, the Caribbean where there's coconut trees, and they're always, like, what, like 15, 20 feet? Like, I've never seen a coconut tree this high.
Replace these ecosystems with the tiny micro trees that are springing up everywhere else. And I think that's where things get kind of complicated.
They only can use the monkey in this area, cannot go other area. They'll get arrested by the police.
Really?
Yeah, because because of the, 2 or 3 years ago of the news, like the trading between Thai and the US, I think. Yeah, they're strictly forcing the laws.
Crazy, huh? So they're really cracking down on this way of life.
Yes, and it's like just not.
The monkeys get arrested or the people? Sewer water, take a guess. Take a guess. Sewer water, gun to your head. Do you think the human's going to get arrested for leaving the area and harvesting coconuts, or the monkey?
Look, I get it. Monkeys are incredibly intelligent animals. It can suck to see them on a leash. Watching them work, it can make us feel uncomfortable. But is this really so different from dogs and horses and falconry? Or is it just something that's not that familiar to us? It starts to feel like this double standard. Like animal labor is acceptable when it fits our Western traditions, but when it doesn't, then it's abuse.
These babies should...
Well, the weirdest thing about horse races is they're really fucking... Horses are, like, driven to the fucking brink, bro. And they're young. Like, when you see those horse racers, the only thing is, like, they have to work that hard for the first 2 years of their life. And to my knowledge, I don't even think the owners of those horses make that much money from the racing itself. Obviously, they're betting. But the money maker is when that horse is done, they just sell that horse to fuck for like 10 years.
Be cradled by their mothers, but they're prisoners.
The statement is by PETA, and normally I don't go with stuff that PETA says.
And in the end, this debate, I don't think it's going to matter for that much longer anyway. the new laws are already being put in place. It feels like Thailand.
Dude, that's the problem with PETA too, is like they'll have things that aren't crazy, but like PETA gets clowned on so hard because they take offense to everything. Somebody said I missed the old PETA. That's what I'm saying. It's like what they stand for isn't bad, but it's like PETA will be commenting about shit that's like not bad a lot of the time. And so then people just clown on them.
And is ready to move on. And the old groves, they're beginning to disappear also. Bit by bit, they're getting replaced with those short, stumpy trees. Something that can be easily harvested by a machine, benefiting from the new economics.
You see these short-ass coconut trees? These are the sort of modern plantations. They don't grow high at all, and you can just pick them right away.
Yeah, humans just pick them.
And so if you feel uncomfortable,
I will say, I think, I didn't know this existed where they could just have micro trees. I feel like they should just do this, but I do understand there's literally like thousands of acres of land of these tall ass trees.
about this at all. Let me just reassure you that I think this is a tradition and a practice that is going to just naturally die out. Anyway, fortunately,
It's going to naturally die out because it is just less efficient. Like, it makes more sense long term to just have fields of smaller trees that you could just have a human pick them or a machine even come by.
or unfortunately, depending upon the way you look at it, this is the future. It's just so much easier. So I guess I'm just happy I get to document this whilst it still hangs around.
Wow. What a fun fucking video to watch. Fucked up in the beginning, too. More questionable near the end, but what seems to be a reliable and good way to harvest will be replaced by diesel burning machines makes sense to this day and age. While the monkeys untying the knots this day is really insane. No, that was the craziest part. Like, that was the most impressive thing, was its capability to untie and crawl through knots to be able to like untangle itself. Next video chat, lock in.
Every direction looked exactly the same in the dim light of his headlamp. Narrow tunnels and uneven rock walls
What if it floods? Do they do that?
offered no landmarks
Oh my god, it starts raining.
to help him remember where he had come from. With every step, the situation became more desperate. A single wrong choice could leave him wedged in a passage too tight to escape. Or worse, he could fall into a hidden fissure. Even with
Bro, I mean, like, I understand he could get in a path that's, like, too tight for him to retreat. But, like, couldn't he, if he was like, oh, this is getting tight, I don't remember this, turn around.
without physical injury, it would be easy to wander in circles until exhaustion took over. The recording, which began with excitement as he entered the nervous breakdown, could have ended as a tragic documentation of his final moments. After what felt like endless wandering in circles, Edward finally spotted a small but familiar detail. A piece of marker tape he had noticed earlier on his way down. Following it, he was finally able to find his way back.
James! Oh. You're over here? Oh. Dude.
Dude, I was about to start smashing my head against the wall, man. It's been days. Where have you been?
This place is a maze, man. Oh, hey, I see your light. Dude. I thought we were never gonna see each other. Dude, I know. Oh.
After reuniting, the brothers stayed together for the rest of the expedition and eventually made it safely out of the cave without serious injuries. This experience didn't stop them from exploring caves. They continue to upload videos to their YouTube channel, but now
DMT trip down there, yo, that would actually be like a crazy torture. Like, hey, if you don't give us the information, we're going to give you DMT, knock you out, and then leave you in a cave. And you have to find your way out. You know what's so crazy is the rampant change in YouTube content. I could really see like a stupid YouTuber be like, I'm going to go down in this cave, and then I'm going to do salvia. I'm going to go down in this cave, and then I'm going to take something. See if I can find my way out.
they do so with far more caution and much better preparation. The following story took place in January 2014, when a group of cave explorers set out to conquer Lost John's Cave in Lancashire, England. This impressive cave system stretches for about 3 miles, with known depths reaching around
How long are they down there?
700 feet.
This is like an all-day thing.
Most of the team had years of caving experience behind them, and, like many seasoned explorers, they were confident in their abilities. They carefully prepared for the expedition, studying maps, planning their route, and packing the necessary gear. But in the world of caving, there is a brutal truth. When something goes wrong, no amount of planning can guarantee safety. Even the most experienced explorers can find themselves in life-threatening situations. That is exactly what happened to one member of the group, Bob Johnson. At first, the
Bro's name is Bob. I thought they were gonna say his name was. I heard Butt Johnson. That's why I rewinded. Bob's not that crazy. His name's Robert. When I originally heard it, I heard Butt Johnson, and I went, "There's no way this guy's name is Butt."
team moved deeper into the cave, using their equipment to overcome each obstacle.
But one of them couldn't make it past everything, Butt Johnson.
But everything changed when they reached a section known as the Tube, an extremely narrow passage that required crawling forward on their stomachs. To make matters worse, part of the passage was filled with water, making visibility and breathing even more difficult. Despite the dangerous conditions, the group decided to continue. The thinnest member went first and managed to squeeze through. Bob Johnson went next.
What? I feel like you send the fattest guy first. I'm not trying to be fucked when I say that. Why the fuck are we sending the thinnest guy? That ain't letting us know if everybody can fit through it. You send the dude that's big as shit. You send the guy, dude, if it's like me and my friend that's like 6'5", 250, I'm sending him first. Because what the fuck it matter if I could get by it? If he can't, I gotta turn around.
And he was far less fortunate. At first, he made steady
And then say he does get stuck, I can pull his ass out.
progress through the tube, but soon he began to struggle, even in the slightly wider sections.
And then that would make me less nervous. Because I wouldn't want to do it and then be like, oh my God, I barely made it through there. Because if a guy that's like 50 pounds more than me makes it through, I'd be like, oh, well, I'm definitely going to make it through this.
Somehow he reached the narrowest part of the passage, and that's where his luck ran out.
Why would they keep going forward? I'd be like, nah, pull me back.
He became completely wedged from the waist down, and every attempt to free himself only made things worse. Being stuck in such a tight space is already horrifying. The feeling of solid rock squeezing your body, the walls closing in, you can't move, you can barely breathe, and panic begins to creep in. For Bob, the nightmare was just beginning. On top of being trapped, he now had to face a far more terrifying threat: rising water. Water makes any caving trip infinitely more dangerous. In a dry cave, even if you get stuck, at least you have time to think, time to plan. But when water starts rising, the situation becomes deadly within minutes. Imagine freezing water slowly climbing up your body while you are trapped in solid rock, unable to move.
Oh my God, I never even thought about how the water's probably like fucking 40 degrees, bro. You're like deep in a cave in England in the winter or like the fall, dude, the water's probably fucking ice cold.
The terror is indescribable. Bob knew he had only a short
I don't know why I was thinking it would be like, oh, like a cave in like Costa Rica, like hot in the jungle. The water's gonna be warm.
time before drowning became a real possibility.
Wow.
And he fought desperately to free himself. But the water soaked through his clothing, making him heavier, and his escape attempts even more hopeless. Just when the situation seemed completely hopeless, one of the team members had an idea. The idea that would ultimately save Bob's life.
Yeah, it looks tight. Billy, I get it. Pull it!
Instead of trying to push him forward, the team members behind him began carefully pulling him back the way he came, and it
The crazy intelligent idea they had to save his life. I'm like, damn, what are they going to come up with? They're going to like tell him they're going to like cut his clothes or something. I feel like if he couldn't get through, the first thing any human is saying is, all right, well, let's just pull you back the way you came. Like, if you're stuck going through, I'd be like, well, let's just turn around. You know, just pull him back. Like, why would you keep trying to go forward? What? I'm happy he's okay, but like, why was he still? I thought they had already tried that. You know what I mean? I thought that was like an unspoken thing. Like, he couldn't get through, then they couldn't get him back. So it's like, all right, well, the logical thing is he has to keep going.
Worked. Bob was finally freed, though his ordeal was far from over. Later, he shared in the comments that he and the 2 teammates who rescued him had to crawl for another 3 hours to escape the cave through an alternative
3 hours?
route. This incident left such a deep psychological scar that even today, Bob says he can't watch the footage from that day without experiencing severe anxiety. This unsettling video was filmed by Jacob, an experienced explorer obsessed with uncovering the secrets of abandoned mines. For nearly 20 years, he had descended into forgotten tunnels, documenting his journeys and sharing the hidden history of these places with his viewers. But this time was different. This time he encountered something he would never forget. On the cold, rainy evening of December 5th, 2017, Jacob drove down a dark, deserted road toward another abandoned mine, unaware of what awaited him underground.
The forest is slowly overtaking the old mine ruins at the Waldeck mine.
Okay, that's the portal to the Waldeck mine. I'm inside.
Bro's calling it a portal. It's over.
The wind has kind of died down a little bit. And
all right, so I'm going to walk through this weird cavern into this nether portal, and then we're going to be in the mine.
It's not raining, so I managed.
I've been told if you explore this cave at 3 in the morning, you get sent to like an alternate universe.
To stay dry.
I'm trying to find the back rooms.
Of course, I'm inside this little alcove, kind of. But anyway, you come down this little incline path, and then big boulders here you have to climb over, and then the tunnel's right behind me this way. So let's check it out. Let's get in here.
At first, everything seemed normal, almost calm. But the deeper he ventured, the stronger a strange feeling of unease grew inside him as he passed beneath rotting wooden beams, barely holding back the crushing weight of the earth. After more than 15 minutes of walking, something strange appeared on camera.
We're going to take this branch.
Oh my god, like an animal!
Tunnel that we skipped on the way in.
Did you see the white light or another person? Do you see the white light appear further down the main haulage tunnel in the dark on the right side of the screen as I pan to the left?
I'm assuming that X means a dead end or somebody died.
A faint flash of light deep in the tunnel, like a
oh my god, I did see that.
Like a distant. A faint flash of light deep in the tunnel.
It's right there. You see it? Wait.
Like a distant. A faint flash of light deep in the tunnel, like a distant flashlight beam. Though Jacob didn't notice it at the time, moments later, disturbing sounds began to echo through the tunnel. Soft, whisper-like noises coming from somewhere just out of sight.
Do you hear that? Sounds like,
Stop fucking moving!
What, is that wind?
It sounds like wind. No, it sounds like somebody's watching like a video on their phone.
I don't know if you can hear that on the camera. Do you hear that?
Oh my god, and then it got quiet.
It stopped. Well, I don't know what that is. That doesn't sound like wind, but...
Bro, I'm pretty sure that's saying, you see me, you see me. Yo, him going... I don't think that's wind. What if that's like a demon or a fucking ghost down there? Yo, that motherfucker's probably so confused.
Well,
that's gotta be fake.
What that is. That doesn't sound like wind, but... That's crazy. Don't know if that's a bird or...
A bird? You're underground.
What that is. It almost sounds like snakes, but... Wow. I've heard some weird stuff in mines, but that is definitely creepy. I don't know what that is. So let's get out of here and head back out to the portal. That was weird. I think I keep hearing something. That was strange. I hear the air blowing here. Wow. I'm getting out of here, and you can really hear that airflow. I'm getting out of here and heading home.
Uneasy,
Yo, you could fake the fuck out of like really good YouTube horror videos if you and your friend went down here, did this video, but your friend just acted like he didn't know you and like was like really disheveled, covered in dirt or something.
Jacob turned back toward
And then you shine the flashlight and he's just standing there.
the entrance, but on his way out, he noticed another tunnel he had missed before and cautiously decided to investigate.
Looking down the tunnel here.
What the fuck is this? This really does look like a fucking, like, AI-generated back rooms, dude. This is really an abandoned cave. This is so creepy. Like, this is out of a walk-through horror game. Oh my god, is there somebody standing there?
I don't know why that one chain is swinging back there. Don't know if you can see that in the video or not.
Inside, steel chains hung from the ceiling, ordinary at first glance, until he saw one of them slowly swaying back and forth, as if someone had just touched it. That was
Oh, I'm thinking, like, it looks like there's a tube, like somebody's
enough
holding
for
it.
Jacob. Realizing he was not alone, he immediately left the mine and never looked back. To this day, he still has no explanation for what happened in that tunnel. It remains an unsolved mystery.
I like that so much more. I like the like, ooh, that's spooky. What was that? Versus Bob couldn't fit through the tunnel. He almost fucking drowned.
This unsettling 30-minute video was filmed by a man named Daniel, who entered a cave with two of his friends despite having no proper caving experience or equipment. Only a few minutes after going
They've never been in a cave before.
underground, they got
Awesome.
lost, as anyone would expect. While searching for a way out, Daniel discovered a small chamber crawling with massive spiders.
Oh! I'm not scared of spiders, but there's a shitload of them.
Where?
Okay, spiders, don't touch me and I won't touch you.
And to make things even worse, one of his friends nearly became stuck between the cave walls. At first, the group tried to stay calm and act as if everything was under control. But as the video goes on, the tension rises and panic slowly begins to take over. Fortunately, after a terrifying struggle in the darkness, all three of them eventually managed to find their way out unharmed.
That one wasn't that bad. I think if you're like, if you have like arachnophobia, that'd be really rough. At least, no matter how bad and tough it gets, at least you're not in a cave. Cave divers, when they have a 500K house, loving wife, 3 adorable kids, and the cave is named "Do Not Go in There, You'll Die" in the worst way possible. Oh my
It's you, by the way. Cha-ching. One of my best
PSAT, you get full rides. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
friends.
But you have to do really well on the PSAT to get a full
A
ride.
egregious example of a student who gets extra time and really should. We took 12 AP classes together. He was always a top 3 scorer in class, yet on test day, he gets 50% more time. For AP tests, time is what makes them hard. I can get another 10% correct if I had enough time. And this is proven, by the way. So math.
Yeah, AP tests actually, more time is useful. AP tests, you're fucking, dude, you get like 5 minutes, dude. Answer a question. Move on.
Mathematically, your score goes up by like an average of, it's like 5 to 7, something like that, if you get 50% more time. Just being able to review your answers on math questions with more time, you can just take the answers, the multiple choice answers, and reverse engineer them to find them out. You have more time to do that. You can guess and check. On reading questions, you get more time to like really study the material. I want to be...
Dude, I remember I got a 650 on both. I remember, like, usually when you have, if you have an SAT, you could get a max of 800 points on reading and 800 math, and usually like some people are better at one than the other. I got dead even. I remember I got 650 on both.
Absolutely clear. My friend does not have ADHD or any other medical need for extra time. He does, however, have a prescription for Adderall, which he sells. So look, I mean, this is...
Are you allowed to take Adderall? Like, is that... Dude, I feel like that's kind of like not cheating. Like, if you don't have a prescription for Adderall, wouldn't taking Adderall and then walking into the SAT kind of be like cheating?
The shit we're seeing, bro. It's like
a performance-enhancing drug.
Boots on the ground, students are seeing this unfair application of the rules. You mentioned if someone has a story about ADHD to message you on Discord. I'm late, but I'm 29 and I was diagnosed with ADHD, dyslexia, and auditory processing issue when I was 13 or 14. Okay, had to go doctors when I was 8. My family was in a situation where they could afford the evaluation. Even after getting my diagnosis, it took longer to get meds, and my high school admission wouldn't let me take honors or AP classes because of disabilities. This is an example of a person I wanted to include who was like, they legitimately have it, and this whole cheating around it has made it harder for them to get legitimate belief. When I have mentioned that I have my learning disability, I get 1 of 3 responses. 1, people say, yeah, I think I am too. People tell me, no, I'm not, because I
Oh my God.
don't act like someone with a disability. Or 3, how did you get your diagnosis so I can get meds? I agreed they're overdiagnosed, and it's frustrating because now people think where I am because I faked my symptoms. There are always people in school that try to buy it and get meds somehow, but I feel like now it feels like it's everywhere. Sorry, I rambled. Well, you have ADHD, so don't worry about it. Anyway, this is what we're seeing. It's crazy. And on top of this, there's been an increase, not just in like this structural wealthy advantage where you get more time if you can lean on a psychologist, but there's been an increase in the SAT of actual cheating, like legitimate straight up cheating. Now, when I was a kid, a movie came out called The Perfect Score.
Dude, especially with like AI and shit now, I feel like there's gotta be like different ways people cheat. Like when I took the SAT, the most you could do is have like formulas pre-booked into your TI-84. Like your calculator, you could like pre-prepare, like you could pre-cook in certain shit. Somebody use AI glasses to cheat? Yeah, maybe like meta glasses. That's so obvious. I feel like meta AI, bro. You pull up your own Ray-Bans. Hey, why are you wearing those? Oh, I'm sensitive to light. Hey, Meta. Sorry. Hey, Meta.
15 people, 8 hours to make 100 items. How many hours will it take 6 people working at the same rate to make half as many items?
Dude, it's like impossible.
3 little letters.
And it's all about how a bunch of students hate the SAT so much they decide to steal the answers from the college board. They sneak in, steal the answers to try and...
Well, that's the... I remember, dude, you could get into, like, the real, like, nitty-gritty stuff. The SAT's different, obviously, every time you take it. But there's certain SATs that, like, tend to be easier than others. Is that still the way that it is now, chat? I have no idea. I remember when I took that shit, it was like they have, like, there was, like, 4 seasons of SATs. Like, you could take an SAT in, like, October or something. And there's, like, certain dates that it's, like... I think it was, like, October and, like, June were like the ideal dates to take the SAT.
And I remember watching this as a kid. I saw this in theaters, and I was like...
Yeah, I remember people saying fall. Like, October was the best.
Damn, that sounds great. Well,
just react and don't talk? Oh, sorry.
Nowadays, you don't even have to do that because the SAT has gone digital, and people are finding much easier ways to cheat than what you need with Captain America, when you need for a movie, dude. As of March 2024, this is relatively recently, the SAT switched from being only paper to now digital. And it turned...
Oh, you fuckers. Are you serious? SAT offered digitally? Yo, colleges got to stop using this shit to fucking invite people. I would be cheating on that. No problem. What? What's that shit? Lockdown. Bro, yo, you took a test. Y'all remember COVID, bro? Motherfuckers, it was so easy to cheat. It was so easy to cheat, and then teachers found lockdown browser. Lockdown browser was like a nightmare. Yo, actually, I'd be taking a asynchronous class in college. Hey, we use the lockdown browser for all our exams. Lockdown browser records all of your I had a 2-monitor setup. It fucking blanks, turns off your fucking left monitor. I'm so serious. Lockdown browser is like a cop standing right next to you while you're fucking taking a test. It turns off my left monitor, records my screen, has your camera and your mic rolling, and you have to do like a test. You have to like film yourself before you start it.
From being only paper.
That shit was terrible.
To now digital. And it turns out once the SAT is administered on laptops and you can bring your own laptop, people have found many, many, many ways to cheat. And not only to cheat, but to steal the questions out of
the environment checks. Yeah, you'd have to go like this. You'd have to go and like you'd have to show everything around you. I'm like, dude, there's guaranteed people that have like a friend or like some sort of notebook just like sitting, and they do the environment check and just like happen to leave like a small segment out.
The testing and get it out to the public. For example, time zone cheating. People take the test in one time zone.
I would tape paper on my screen. Oh my God. Yo, because you don't have to show your monitor. You have sticky notes all over your monitor.
Upload the questions, and people in a later time zone have all the answers before they're
You're taking a test with Lockdown browser using Meta AI glasses. Doo-doo-doo. It starts beeping white. You're like recording, getting fed answers.
Test begins. This is happening. Sites in China are selling test questions. So people get money from uploading real legitimate questions, and you can find them. I checked it out.
Oh, sorry. Before I start this Lockdown browser, I'm just letting you know, I have a grandma named Meta that I always have to talk to. Hey, Meta, are you okay? I was just wondering, do you know how many cells tend to be in the human body?
It wasn't that hard to find. I was able to find this in no time. These are SAT exams. These are questions you can find online.
Wait, I kind of want to try and do one of these.
These are SAT exams.
Oh, fuck. Wait, lock in. Real quick, I zone in. I'm telling you, I get it right. Based on the text, how would the author of text 2 most likely describe the view presented in text 1? No, never mind. I'm over it. That just brought me back. That brought me back to me taking the SAT during Prime Fortnite and just getting off track in my brain nonstop and being like, oh, fuck. Just zone out, dude. That was the worst. The math portion was so much easier to lock in. This shit, dude, you're going, the California Department of Water Resources reports that agriculture accounts for 29% of all water use during a wet year. During a dry year, the figure more than doubles, claiming a staggering 61%. In contrast, urban water use ranges from 8% during a wet year to 11%. No, oh my God, it's the most boring shit ever.
SAT tutors have sounded the alarm. It is a multi-year breach of active...
It's B. Wait, you guys were just doing it while I pause?
The testing in the room has gotten
Meta
even more advanced. So I found my old TI-83 graphic. That's how old...
TI-83, holy shit, Brandon Ewing.
Hold on, I have an 83, not an 84. It says Brandon Ewing on the back. I found this. I pulled this out. This is the exact one
I don't even know if I have my TI-84 anymore. That's like a thing you keep because you're like, oh, that's an expensive ass calculator. But I'm like, when am I ever going to need that?
Used when I took the SAT. Well, nowadays, you can buy one of these. You can hollow it out and change the inside software to ChatGPT.
Bro,
and then you can buy this shit on eBay for $349. And it looks like a TI-84, but it has AI in it. And you can use it to solve your fucking problems. The level of cheating is getting absurd, dude.
Well, and it used to, here's the thing, bro, like, it could show the work now, too. That was, like, the hardest thing, was, like, classes like physics. On like homework, you can't just write an answer. You have to you would have to hand in your notebook and you would have to show your work, like how you arrived at that versus just the answer. And now AI enables you to show that as well. Like earlier cheating when I was in high school, you could look up the answer, but it wouldn't tell you how to do it.
So much.
So you couldn't just write down like 34. Like you had to know, you had to be like, why is it that?
Cheating is now going on in the SAT, the digital change, that non-students have now been banned from taking it. This is true. So many people, primarily because the profit you can get from selling at the Chinese websites, were taking the SAT for fun and then stealing the questions. And they have now banned everyone but students from taking it. They're trying to crack down. It's a war that's tough to do, but that's what they're trying to do. You know, to sum all this.
Unless you're a student, you're not able to take the SAT anymore. Bro, that like gets rid of the funnest fucking fantasy football punishment. You get last in fantasy, you have to go fucking take the SAT. Yeah. Dude, the funniest shit was like the video of like a grown ass man, he's like 35 walking into a high school to go take an SAT. And then it's like, the way you make it better is if you get last in fantasy, you have to go take the SAT. And if you get below a certain score, you have to do another punishment.
What's up, man? I want
so
you to
like
know
there's motivation to actually try.
that, like, if you are somebody who feels like this feels unfair to you, that you are a regular person who's getting pushed around by either unwillingness to cheat or wealth and power or wealthier schools, you should simply do what these guys did in the movie, which is don't cheat, but be super hot and end up as superheroes. Because that's what they did. They just, the end of the perfect score is they decide not to cheat. The whole movie, they steal the answers and they throw them away. Then they get a bad score and then they become... It's simple. It's a simple solution. If you have more stories of this and you're watching this on Big A Clips, leave it in the comments. I'm interested in finding out what your lived experience.
Bro, this was an interesting ass video, genuinely. Well, let me move back over. As a law student, I can 100% confirm disability comms are getting egregiously abused, or grievously abused. I was shocked walking into the first final, that of my 90+ person torts section, there were less than 50 people in the room with me when I took my final. The rest, never half the class at a good ranking law school with pretty strict admission criteria. Yeah, it's also like, it's like, how is that allowed? Like like especially for something like a bar or like a big law school exam, like you can't have half the class be getting more fucking time. All right, chat, count me down.
He's been sentenced to 15 years of hard labor. 2 days later, on March 18, the Korean Central News Agency released the CCTV footage to the public. Western news outlets treat...
Bro, that's not him. Oh my God. I feel like the story I was fed was from North Korea. What the fuck?
The footage with suspicion. That figure could be anyone.
That shit's in 140p.
One story notes that the corridor is well lit, something that, in a country where electricity is scarce, is far from the norm for staff-only spaces. Some of his tour mates give interviews. One of them, Sarah McLaughlin, says there was an issue with the time shown in the video.
Your group had been out at a New Year's Eve party in the hours before that. Were you even back at the hotel then?
No, the time didn't match up at all.
According to her...
What the fuck? So from the start, North Korea planned on pinning this on someone, and they picked Otto because he didn't go out with the rest of them. Like, if Otto had gone bowling or something, they would have just picked somebody else.
The young pioneers didn't return to the hotel until around 3 a.m., more than an hour after the footage was allegedly captured.
Oh my God.
Another tour mate says in an interview with the BBC that Otto was careful to observe the rules. They'd been told not to take pictures of military staff or installations, and he'd been nervous when taking a photo with military personnel in the background.
Men for mig giver det simpelthen ikke mening, at den samme fyr, som stod og var så nervøs over at få taget det her ene billede, som måske var lidt på kant med det, vi havde fået at vide, vi måtte, så kunne drikke sig så fuld og forvandle sig til et helt andet menneske nærmest, og så bare jorde op og prøve at stjæle et banner.
His roommate, Danny Grattan, also doubts that it was Otto.
We never mentioned anything remotely like that. We'd already bought some souvenirs. In my heart of hearts, the guy I knew for 3 or 4 days was not that type of guy.
Everything about the whole story was fabricated, in my opinion.
But why?
Otto's parents, Fred and Cindy, turned to the Obama administration for help, but the war...
Oh, Oh, was Trump not president at this time?
Warmbiers later said they were advised to keep quiet. According to GQ, Robert King, the special envoy for North Korean human rights issues, warned that drawing media attention to the ordeal might anger the regime.
Oh my God, and then they would just kill him. I don't even think that's bad, the government, because my point was like, if Trump was president, I feel like he'd be like, I'm just going to kill you guys, give him back. But then they would just kill him. King warned Warmbiers to expect a marathon, not a sprint. He recommended the family be quiet to avoid antagonizing the unpredictable regime.
Media attention to the ordeal
Yeah, because they could just do anything.
might anger the regime. What makes it even more complicated is that the United States has never had a formal diplomatic relationship with North Korea. There is no U.S. embassy in Pyongyang.
Yeah, so how are they even going to communicate?
The Swedish ambassador serves as the liaison for Americans, but the Swedes' calls and emails are met with silence. The days turn to weeks, turn to months. Efforts at back-channel diplomacy are stymied. The issue is passed from one administration to the next. No one knows where Otto is, what he's doing, or how he's being treated. Then, in early June 2017, some 17 months after his detention, the news finally arrives. Otto is unconscious. An extraction team of doctors and diplomats is put together. And finally,
Let me start by saying that I'm glad Secretary of State Rex Tillerson and I, along with a very talented team, were able to get Otto Warmbier back with his parents.
Fucking idiot, dude. Like, I mean, like, we got Otto Warmbier back. He's in a fucking coma. We got Otto Warmbier back. He's brain dead. He's, what the fuck? We got him off the plane. You got him back. You got a body back, bro. You ain't get the guy back. Otto's not there mentally.
Otto Warmbier is returned to U.S. soil on June 13.
We're thrilled that our son is on American soil, and I'm able to talk to you on Otto's behalf, and I'm able to wear the jacket that he wore when he gave his confession. Otto, I love you, and I'm so crazy about you.
Bro, this whole fucking thing feels weird, man. Like, even there, I feel like the dad would be, like, crashing out.
Last night, being able to see Otto for the first time in, gosh, I bet it's 18 months, it was fantastic.
Mad at Trump? I'm not mad at Trump. I'm just saying that speech where they were like, oh, we got Otto Warmbier back. Like, it's not a victory, bro. He's not, like, make sure he's alive and well. Like, that'd be like, we got this person back. He's in a vegetative state.
Otto's not in great shape right now, and he's been through a real tough time, and it's great to have him with us, and I'm very proud of him.
Otto is home.
Were they supposed to leave him there? No, but don't announce on a press conference to up your PR that you got a guy back like you just killed Osama bin Laden, when in reality, the guy you got back, you didn't get back safe. That's all I'm saying. Like, they were met with soft ears, did nothing for 17 months, and then he comes back fucking almost dead.
When Cindy and Fred met Otto at the airport, they were shocked.
We walked over to the plane. We heard this howling, involuntary, inhuman sound. Otto was on the stretcher across in the plane, and he was jerking violently, making these inhuman sounds. Otto had a shaved head. He had a feeding tube coming out of his nose. He was blind. He was deaf.
We got Otto Warmbier back. Like, you see the point I'm trying to make? You see the point? That's all I was just trying to say. Can we lock back in on this poor guy that's dying, right? Like, that's all I was just trying to say is, like, why are you giving a speech like it's a fucking victory, bro? Like,
He was taken to the University of Cincinnati Medical Center's Neuroscience Intensive Care Unit, where extensive imaging and diagnostic tests immediately began.
His vital signs were stable upon arrival and have remained so.
He doesn't need...
He was blind, deaf, on a feeding tube, and convulsing violently. Wow.
Help breathing, no signs of infection. No.
What do we know why? Do we know why they sent him back? Like, did North Korea just ship him back? Fern didn't fill that. He said the Swedish liaison couldn't contact North Korea. Nothing happened for 17 months, and then randomly they're informed that he's unconscious and he's shipped back to the United States. So what? Like, North Korea, like, almost killed the guy and went, oh, fuck, now this is going to be a problem. We got to send him back.
Dysfunction of non-neurological organs. His neurological condition, though, is described as unresponsive wakefulness.
Oh, were they, like, electrocuting him or something?
What used to be called a vegetative state. He blinks. Sometimes his eyes open, but he isn't aware of his surroundings and doesn't respond to verbal commands.
Oh, are you not supposed to say that anymore? I thought that was like a fucking medical term. No, it just says it's unresponsive. A vegetative state or unresponsive wakefulness syndrome means a person is awake but shows no signs of awareness, purposeful response to their environment, and this is due to severe brain damage. Yeah, so they were like torturing him.
To see how he came home was too much for us, but I almost passed out, but I got it together and I rode in the ambulance with him because I did not want him to be alone anymore. He'd been alone for way too long.
He's surrounded by his loved ones, but his condition soon worsens. He develops a high fever, 40 degrees Celsius. Fred and Cindy Warmbier are told that he'll never wake up, and they ask to have his feeding tube removed. 6 days after his release, Otto is dead. The news travels across the world.
The family of Otto Warmbier has said goodbye.
Valid. That's what I'm saying, dude. When you get told that they're never going to wake up and they're just going to be perpetually kept alive on machines, it's time, you know?
Nach dem Tod des
Sad.
Studenten Otto Warmbier.
Otto Warmbier скончался после возвращения из тюрьмы в Северной Корее.
Otto Warmbier murió pocos días después de ser entregado a los...
And what's so bad is we won't even know what they did to him, right? Because it's like, if he had woken up, he could have been like, Jesus Christ, and like told his story of like the North Korean prison camps and how they tortured him and all this other stuff, but he's fucking dead. So it's just like they literally just got sent a body.
The
American student who fell into a coma while in North Korean custody and has died.
On June 22, in Wyoming, Ohio, more than 2,000.
There's a city named Wyoming, Ohio.
500 people attend his funeral. The condition in which Otto Warmbier came back to the U.S. and his
I did not know that there were cities that had the state name for a city. 500 people attended his funeral. Wow.
Wyoming, Ohio. More than 2,500.
They always say the impact on the people you had in your life is determined by how many people show up at your death.
People attend his funeral. The condition in which Otto Warmbier came back to the U.S. and his subsequent death are discussed nationwide. He left the United States in good health. He returned on the brink of death.
Do you know what happened to him in North Korea?
Untrue. I don't think it's untrue, but I think how you affect and touch people in your life does matter, right? The people that care are the people that show up.
I don't.
Content note: the following chapter discusses suicide. Viewer discretion is advised. Upon his release, North Korea gave an explanation for Otto's state. They said he contracted botulism, a rare and severe kind of food poisoning, after eating a meal of spinach and pork. After he fell ill,
they were probably giving him fucking slop and actual terrible food, dude. Like, they weren't keeping him in good condition.
They gave him a sleeping pill, to which he had some sort of unexpected reaction, which sent him into a state of unresponsive wakefulness. But U.S. medical experts are quick to dispute this story. 3 doctors, experts in neurology, ran tests on Otto while he was still alive. At the request of the family, they hold a press conference to give their opinions.
Those tests did not reveal any evidence of active or chronic denervation, nor any repetitive stimulation that would suggest active botulism at this time.
The North Koreans,
So they just made that shit up. I mean, yo, that's actually fucking unreal, dude.
Teams are lying, and the Warmbiers have a different story.
They tortured him. They intentionally injured him. It looked like someone had taken a pair of pliers and rearranged his bottom teeth. He had a large scar on his right foot.
They destroyed him.
They purposely and intentionally injured Otto.
On September 25, 2017, Fred and Cindy Warmbier gave an
I do love that they're doing this now. Where they're like, because I didn't keep involvement in this after this happened. I just had known that he had died. But I love that they went out on news stations and were like speaking against it.
Interview on Fox and Friends. Trump apparently watched. This becomes the narrative. Physical torture.
Yeah.
And, as a consequence, brain damage. But soon, serious doubts emerge. Let's go through his injuries one by one. First, there was a noticeable scar on Otto's right foot. This is Dr. Lakshmi Kota Samarko, the coroner selected to conduct an external autopsy. Fred Warmbier had noticed the scar, but had Dr. Samarko?
Physically, as far as wounds, there were a few small scars that we documented. There was one that we really couldn't explain for medical instrumentation, which some of the other scars we could. But there wasn't anything on the external examination to indicate other than that one scar that we couldn't explain to indicate torture.
The Warmbiers opted against a complete autopsy, offering no reason for this decision. But Dr. Samarko did perform an external inspection. Later, in a lawsuit against North Korea, an expert witness cited the scar on Otto's foot as potential.
A lawsuit against North Korea. How's that working? Hey, Kim Jong-un, we're suing you. No, you're not. And then they just move on. Like, how do you sue North Korea?
Evidence that he was subjected to torture, possibly electric shock. But does this injury prove Otto was tortured? No. Then there are his teeth.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't even say the rearranged teeth. I would assume that if he had gotten tortured, they were like zapping his brain. Like that shit they were doing during World War II at that school. Or what? It wasn't a school. What was it called? With that doctor? Unit 731. Yeah, Unit 731 and Shiro Ishii. And they would like zap people's brains and shit. Like they would just keep, it would be like electrocution torture, but it would be like to change your mind.
Fred Warmbier said it looked as though Otto's bottom teeth had been rearranged. Dr. Samarko couldn't confirm this.
We also consulted our forensic dentist, Dr. Wright, and had him take a look at the imaging, specifically dealing with the lower teeth and mandible. He agreed with us that there is no evidence of trauma to the lower teeth or mandible.
In the lawsuit, this finding was disputed. Two of Otto's private dentists testified that his post-mortem dental x-rays, when compared to previous x-rays, indicated that some of his lower teeth had been bent backward, movement consistent with an impact injury. The New York Times had reported that Otto had been repeatedly beaten. That's not impossible. An ex-North Korean spy who was familiar with, though not directly involved in Otto's case, said he'd heard Otto was roughed up by prison guards.
그분이 감옥에 있으면서 간수들이 있잖아요. 간수들이 많이 때렸대요. 왜 때렸냐면 언어가 안 되잖아요.
He also continues to say that there might have been waterboarding. To him, that's standard practice, what he'd call
non-physical, like it's physical torture, but not something that would show up in like wounds.
Battery, rather than torture. It's difficult to say whether this ex-spy is credible though. And even if Otto's teeth were bent backward, it's impossible to know for certain what caused that. Finally, the biggest injury of all, his brain injury.
The most important diagnostic test thus far was a magnetic resonance imaging scan of the brain. This study showed extensive loss of brain tissue in all regions of the brain.
In other words, the damage is universal, and scans show it occurred all at once. There's a technical term for this, an anoxic encephalopathy. It means an injury caused by a lack of oxygen to the brain. So either blood ceased to flow to Otto's brain, which would result in a lack of oxygen, or Otto stopped breathing.
This pattern of brain injury, however, is usually seen as a result of cardiopulmonary arrest, where the blood supply to the brain is inadequate for a period of time, resulting in the death of brain.
Oh my God, are they saying that he took his own life when he was in prison?
In tissue.
In general terms, one of the more likely causes of a cardiopulmonary arrest in a young person would have been a respiratory arrest.
In all likelihood, Otto stopped breathing. Any number of events could have caused this: an allergic reaction, choking, near drowning, anything that might prevent oxygen from reaching his brain. But which of these events was the cause? There's no way to know.
I hate that.
We have no certain or verifiable knowledge of the cause.
How could he have done that? Asphyxiation?
Or circumstances of his neurological injury.
A cause that could almost certainly be ruled out was repeated beatings. Repeated beatings to the head would have caused asymmetrical damage, with some regions being affected more than others. Also, scans revealed no fractures of the skull. Despite all this uncertainty, the Warmbiers insist on torture. And the question of whether Otto was tortured or not is not a medical side note. By now, it has the potential to escalate a simmering conflict between two nuclear powers. A year and a half before, mere days after Otto's detention, North Korea had carried out its fourth nuclear test in defiance of international sanctions. It also launched a long-range missile. In September 2016, it performed another nuclear test. By 2017...
Bro, I just don't understand how, like, Russia and China don't also want to just step in and stop them. Because they're their own powers that, you know, obviously are semi-allied. But, like, they have to witness Kim Jong-un and go, this is fucking crazy. You know, like, Russia does its own shit. And, you know, right now they're in war with Ukraine and it's horrible. But they're getting, like North Koreans are allies and aiding them in this. So I'm like, it just has to be like they're turning a blind eye. Like, there's no way they're like, yo, you gotta stop. Like, that's because that's worrisome for them as well, no? I feel like Kim Jong-un's, like, not sane in the way that, like, Xi Jinping is in like, how he's gonna hold certain, like, conflicts, you know? Like, you don't want... Like, I think it's more scary if Kim Jong-un gets nuclear power than Xi Jinping, you know? Like, but I mean, obviously Xi Jinping does have nuclear capabilities, but I'm saying, like, that's less scary for the world, you know? Like, even on either side, you're seeing this. You're like, maybe we shouldn't give this dictator nuclear power. Not give it to him, but allow him to have that.
The year of Otto's return, the confrontation between the U.S. and North Korea was near the
Who's Xi Jinping, leader of China?
Boiling point.
North Korea best not make any more threats to the United States. They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen.
It was the beginning of the 2017-2018 North Korea crisis. Meanwhile, Otto Warmbier's case took on an increased political weight. Trump had adopted the torture hypothesis as fact.
Trump need to press that red button. Terrible idea. You nuke North Korea, they're going to fucking nuke everybody else before they die. It's the same shit, dude. It's just mutually assured destruction. That's why nuclear war is like the max out for countries. It's just it enables you to have like an ultimate last defense of like, okay, even if you wipe my country off the map, we'll still kill you.
Senator John McCain said Otto had been tortured and murdered. Senators Adam Schiff and Marco Rubio also used the word murder. Fred Warmbier's analysis was that his son served as a sort of human shield.
North Korea doesn't do anything by mistake. It was their fourth nuclear weapons test, and they had a lot of things they wanted to cover, and they felt like Otto was going to provide them the security they needed to get away with these things.
Oh my God, to frame Otto to say that, oh, we need to escalate our military power because the Z Society and the Methodist Church and the CIA are all three conspiring against against North Korea, that we have to scale our military power.
Then, in 2018, Michael Flukinger, the doctor that helped bring Otto back to the US, revealed a new piece of information to GQ. The staff at the North Korean hospital where Otto stayed told Flukinger that they received him the day after his trial, and he was already unresponsive.
What? So he was in like a coma for a year?
They had to resuscitate him, then give him oxygen and put him on a ventilator, or he would die, Flukinger told GQ. Also, there's a brain scan dated April 2016.
We received copies of brain MRI images from the medical personnel in North Korea. The earliest images...
So how did he eat pork and spinach? BN, that was already disproven, bro. He did not have botulism. That was a lie that North Korean officials said to the United States to say that they didn't torture him.
Are dated April 2016. Based upon our analysis of those images, the brain injury likely occurred in the preceding weeks.
Of course, the North Korean story might be a lie. It might not be true that he was hospitalized the morning after his trial, but there is strong medical evidence that he sustained his brain injury in the days or weeks after March 16. In any case, Otto Warmbier...
Why the fuck did they not return him then? You know what I mean? Like, if they did that to him right then, why did they not... Like, why did they keep him? Like, that doesn't make sense.
But it's very unlikely that he was actually sent to one of the notoriously horrific North Korean labor camps. American detainees are treated differently. According to GQ, Otto Warmbier most likely stayed in a used guest house in downtown Pyongyang during his detention. The hard labor he was sentenced to would likely have been planting soybeans and making bricks. Grueling, backbreaking work, but nothing compared to coal mining, which is typical for North Koreans. North Korea needed him as a bargaining chip, and bargaining chips don't have...
Oh my god, so maybe they didn't actually put him in that state. They just needed him as like a trade, like as fucked as it sounds, like a trade token. Like it's something they could fall back on.
Have much value if they aren't in good condition. And in a sense, he was.
We believe that for somebody who's been bedridden for more than a year, that his body was in excellent condition, his skin was in excellent condition, and we didn't see any evidence of decubiti or bed sores.
In its article, GQ proposes a different theory than torture. During the 2 months between his detention and his confession, Otto was likely subjected to relentless interrogation for as long as 15 hours per day. The only respite from the interrogation would have been North Korean propaganda films. Previous prisoners were told their government had forgotten them. Some fell into debilitating depressions, even attempting suicide. At trial, so hours, weeks, or days before he supposedly fell into a coma, he was visibly desperate.
Please think of my family. I'm the oldest son in my family.
GQ speculates that in the hopeless hours after his sentencing, Otto may have attempted to take his own life. A lack of oxygen to his brain could have caused his injury. Of course, this theory is just one of many. An allergic reaction to a sleeping pill, an excessive administration of drugs, a suicide attempt, a heart attack, a form of torture that left no obvious lasting marks. It could have been any of these things. Without Otto here to tell the tale, we may never know the truth.
I mean, like, couldn't he, I'm just saying, I don't know if this happened. Couldn't he have tried to hang himself, like, 3 days after? Cut oxygen to his brain, didn't die. They save him, but now he's perpetually in this state, and the wounds that would be on his neck would have healed by the time he was sent back. He wouldn't have neck scars because he wouldn't have any laceration that would have been there would have been healed by the time they returned him.
In May 2018, something weird happened. Trump tweeted that he was going to meet Kim Jong-un in person, and everything changed.
Getting a good picture.
I'm instantly asking that motherfucker what the hell they did to Otto.
To everybody, so we look nice and handsome and thin.
After the Singapore summit, Otto's name all but disappeared from Trump's lips, replaced by the name of Kim Jong-un.
And then we fell in love, okay? No, really. He wrote me beautiful letters, and they're great letters. We fell in love.
The previous year, Trump tweeted that he tried so hard to be Kim's friend and referred to their relationship as
It's a very special relationship.
In 2019, when asked whether he thought Kim knew about Otto's case, his reply was startling.
I don't believe he knew about it.
The Warmbiers were outraged.
Get the fuck out of here.
Trump had helped them bring Otto home and relisted Kim Jong-un's country as a state sponsor of terrorism. Now he seemed to admire him.
Well, he is very talented. Anybody that takes over a situation like he did at 26 years of age and is able to run it and run it tough. Very few people at that age, you can take 1 out of 10,000 probably couldn't do it.
Otto Warmbier was many things.
1 out of 10,000. Historically, the average person in power was younger than him. Bro, like, why are we glazing Kim Jong-un for being able to take over a dictatorship that was fucking handed to him? Like,
An all-American boy, an unlucky tourist, a loving son. But on the international...
Kim Jong-un was notably a bad student. Like, that was said of, like, he didn't do his homework, didn't show up on time. He was lazy. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? We're just glazing Kim Jong-un.
Stage, he was a pawn and a symbol. Pyongyang deployed Otto on the chessboard of politics, using him domestically as a mouthpiece to spread anti-American propaganda, and internationally as a bargaining chip, a hostage to be traded for the easing of sanctions or other U.S. concessions. For the Trump administration, Otto Warmbier was useful as a symbol, driving the narrative that he was tortured by a barbarous regime and possibly using his death as a means of psychologically preparing the American public for war, the threat of which Trump hoped would make Kim back down. Otto was sentenced to 15 years hard labor for an alleged crime that in most countries would be considered, at worst, vandalism, based on a sham trial. No matter what happened to him,
I think in most countries you wouldn't even get arrested. I think in most countries you would probably get a small fine, or they would be like, you're just banned from coming back to the hotel.
that in itself is damning enough. And even if he likely never had to go to one of North Korea's prison camps, they are hell on earth. Uncertainty about his cause of death.
What'd he do? Take a poster. And it might have not even been him. Everybody that was with him said that he wasn't even at the hotel at the hour that they said that he did it. And you can't see a face. You only see the figure of a man. And there's a lot of men in the world. So, like, that shit just pisses me off. I fucking rip Otto in the chat because that was fucking horrible. Like, wow. Failed end of the world predictions. Papa Meat.
I don't want to set the world.
The recent one on TikTok. What do you think those people are doing now? If you don't know about that, there was a lot of people on TikTok recently that were selling their homes and cars and giving away all their items, putting their kids up for adoption. Not a lot. It was probably like 100 people. But there were people that definitively tried to get, like, rid of all their goods for the rapture because they believed that the world was ending and the devil or demons were going to take over Earth and they were going to be sucked into heaven. And there were, like, rapture tip videos on how you should stand outside so you don't get stuck on your ceiling, which I thought was kind of stupid because if you were getting raptured, you would think that God would just be able to morph you through the wall. But a lot of people were seemingly worried that there would be something blocking their headspace and they would be kind of stuck to the ceiling like you're in one of those UFO carnival rides. And God would be trying to rapture you, but he would give up because your drywall was blocking you.
Welcome back to the Papa Beat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Coming in and sitting down because today we're gonna
roofs are rapture proof.
Talk about end of the world predictions. Throughout time, there has always been the prevalent belief that we are living in the end times, right? We are always living in the end times, whether it's natural disasters, nationwide pandemics, or something based on religious scripture. It's always a looming fear that hangs upon many people's heads. People have predicted when the world will.
I do kind of wish. Whoa. I do kind of wish that. Sorry, that I lost my train of thought there. There was a lot of. Okay. Anyways, I kind of wish that I was around. Well, I was around, but not 10. I was 10 years old during the 2012 apocalypse. Anybody remember that? Like, I didn't hear about that shit until way later. I kind of wish that I was able to experience in my current conscious form the mass hysteria that was the 2012 apocalypse, where a lot of people full believed that the world was going to end in 2012.
Meet its end, even as far back as the first millennium. These predictions often resulted in a mass hysteria, with believers going to great lengths to prepare themselves physically and emotionally for their fine.
I love Doomsday Preppers, though. That show's awesome. My favorite part is the first 5-second intro. My name's Dale, and I'm getting ready for a fucking sun flare. There's a lot of realistic ones like that. And then it'll be like, my name's... I don't know why I'm always doing like a brutish Southern male, but my name's John, and I'm getting ready for the zombie apocalypse. Okay, pal. He himself is also working on the rabies offshoot that he wants to unleash to the public because he wants the zombie apocalypse to happen a little too much.
All day. The most recent iteration of this endlessly recurring phenomenon can be found on TikTok, taking shape in a specific community known as Christian talk.
A very small subsection of Christian talk, though. Like the majority of it was like 99.9% of Christians on Christian talk were like, guys, the rapture's not happening tomorrow. Guys, this is a little unreal.
The only God, the white Christian God. Jesus, blonde hair, blonde mullet, blue eyes, flip-flops, and a Dale Earnhardt tattoo. The Intimidator. Recently, there has been a ton of Christians on TikTok freaking out about the rapture that was set to take place on September 23rd and 24th. That was rapture talk grew as...
Bro, what I hate about this is, say at some point, it's in our lives, we have like... What was that movie with the meteor with Leonardo DiCaprio? And the meteor was going to hit Earth, and, like, nobody believed it initially. It will straight up be Don't Look Up. If we have a Don't Look Up scenario where, like, a meteor is hauling towards Earth, and we're all going to die, I will be so viscerally upset. Number one, that Earth's going to explode. But more so, the amount of people that would be like, this is it. This is the... Sitting there acting like they got that shit right. Like every time there's some drama shit, bro, somebody being like, yeah, I could have predicted this from the start. I've been saying this the whole time. Yeah, there would be a few dickheads that would be like, I actually knew the meteor was going to hit. This was God's plan for me all along. He told me when I was 12. Okay.
The movement spread and became more popular. Thousands of people were posting about how they fully believed.
Oh no, get ready, the king is coming. So excited. 9/23/24. Also, aren't you not supposed to know if you're going to heaven or hell? Like, isn't that saying if you're like, yeah, I'm getting raptured? Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting raptured. You're not. Get ready, because this is going to be really exciting. Like, that's kind of like narcissistic that you're outwardly saying that you're definitively getting raptured because you're such a good boy. Like, yes, you believe in God, but even accepting Jesus as your Lord and Savior, you should always be like on edge based on how I've learned about Christianity my entire life, is that like nobody's ever 100% safe unless you're literally declared a saint in the Catholic Church long after you die.
That the end times were coming. Some were overjoyed, while others were stricken with intense grief. Oh God, we're gonna die. It's a bummer. This all began when South African pastor Joshua Mikela claimed to have...
Wrong? Really? How? How are you... You're supposed to know definitively that you're going to heaven? There should always be some level of unease. No? Correct me if I'm wrong, genuinely.
A vision of Jesus telling him of his return to earth. According to Josh, he saw Jesus on a throne telling him, I am coming soon.
I am coming soon.
Jesus then told him dates of his arrival, which were 2 weeks out.
Bro doing a podcast with a bare brick in the motherfucking back, telling me that the rapture's coming on September.
From his vision. A clip of an interview with Josh talking about his vision blew up and started the whole craze. But no one could have predicted the mass hysteria that would follow. It was pretty shocking. Right out of the gate, people began to post videos of themselves preparing their houses for the people left behind.
If you're seeing this and you're still here, I'm so sorry that you didn't make it. At least you're here getting to do all the sins that you wanted to do. And
the guy that bought her car for $1 the day after the rapture when she comes back asking for it back. The guy that's actively in a fucking U-Haul moving into her house when she walks back to her house. Ah, sorry.
Be naughty with your fellow sinners. I don't know. Maybe you can make the best out of it. But yeah, goodbye.
Bro, like, what are those people doing right now? Like, I want to know so bad. They're out. Do you think they just moved? Like, do you think they've moved past that? Have to have. But there's no way. Like, there's no way your entire being believes that the world's going to end, and then a month later, you're not in shambles. Like, I feel like you would be distraught for like a year if you fully felt that the world was definitively going to end.
Yeah, if anybody's here after the...
But they're like, it's not, honestly, it's not even like they've been misled. It's like a level of like mental instability, bro. Like that's, like it's not like, oh, you're just like hyper religious. No, it's like you're like falling for a podcast clip of a fucking pastor saying that he saw a vision the world's gonna end.
Rapture, because my ass is going up. I got a jacuzzi back there. Feel free to use it, bozo. One woman stocked up on candles and Bibles, as well as leaving behind laminated note cards of script.
Why are you stocking up on Bibles? The world's ending. You're getting sucked into the sky in a blue beam of light. What the fuck?
Bibles.
Oh, is she handing these out to people? Jesus loves you. If this woman handed me a fucking Bible that said Jesus loved you, and then I didn't get raptured, and earth was set on blaze, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, what the fuck is this doing for me? I'm dead.
As well as leaving behind laminated note.
What did that say? It's not you?
As well as leaving behind laminated note.
It's not too late. I gotta read that.
And laminated.
It's not too late to take this Bible. Find other believers. Be careful who you trust. Do not take the mark in hand or forehead. Huh?
Note cards of scripture.
Where did everybody go? Many people vanished because they believe in Jesus Christ, Son of God. And in something, take them to heaven. This is God to save those who trust him.
For the sinners who she believed would enter
Oh my God, this
home.
is like so reminding me of when I left the gym one day and some dude shoved a fucking card in my door and I read it in my car and he was claiming to be Jesus Christ in the flesh. And he was asking for, like, help in his search to create his own new, like, subsect of... I've told you guys this story. This was, like, a year and a half ago. Maybe 2 years ago. I left the gym, and there was a dude that shoved, like, a pamphlet in my fucking car door. And I read it, and he literally was claiming to be the reincarnation of Jesus Christ. Like, he was... I wish I kept it. I threw it out, and it was, like... it was like full-blown religious psychosis. It was the craziest thing I've ever read from like a random guy.
Probably fornicate with each other because what else are they going to do with hell on earth?
It's true. No rules.
Did you get an autograph? No, I didn't see the dude. It was just in my door.
Like Jesus said, I am going to come in 2 weeks and I'm going to take all of the sinners and leave them.
Do you think he meant the other come?
Yeah, what if that was the thing? What if Joshua's right and he was like, hey, by the way, Joshua, I'm going to come in 2 weeks. I cannot wait for that day.
Jesus, what?
Whoa! Other believers began quitting their jobs, selling their cars, and rumors spread that some people were even selling their homes. According to one user online, her psychiatrist permanently closed her practice because she fully believed that the rapture was coming. A psychiatrist. She completely abandoned her patients and began posting TikToks about her excitement for—
I think you probably shouldn't be going to that psychiatrist to begin with, but I think that's honestly a good thing. I think if you have a psychiatrist and she shuts down her business because she fully believes the rapture is coming, I think, honestly, you've probably done yourself a solid to find another psychiatrist.
The end times. Her patients were left in disbelief and shared her videos showing how insane she looked for abandoning her decade-long practice and for posting about TikTok.
Thank you, Rapture Talk, for making me get rid of everything they own for free and not care. Why does she have 9 fucking cameras from like 2003?
It's online.
My God, why do you have so many cameras?
Wow.
Well, that's the thing. If it's just going to happen, you got a 2-week heads up. Take a 2 weeks vacation. See if it,
No. I'm closing it down. It's the principal, Nick. Because she's like, it doesn't matter. We're free. She's letting them know, too. She's making a statement, right? She's standing behind. She's staying on business. Listen.
You should yourself.
You should go on the tallest building. You should yourself. Jump off it, no fly. Big splat on ground. Hey, we just want to thank today's sponsor real quick, Star Ford. And hey, back to the video. Since they were not expecting to be left on Earth, people began to give away all their money to random strangers. Smart. An Uber driver posted about how they were picking up a couple after church who were crying hysterically.
And they get in my car and, they're weeping. And so I'm like, hey, is everything okay? They were like, yeah, the Lord is coming back. Jesus is coming back tomorrow. And I was like, wait, like tomorrow? They were like, yeah, I think it's like between the 23rd and the 24th. I was like, oh.
Bro, I'd get fired over that shit. Oh my God, I would get banned on the Uber app. I'd be like, your crazy ass thinks you're getting raptured tomorrow, bro. I wouldn't be able to hold that in. Like if I was Uber driving 2 people out of church and they were crying, saying they were gonna get taken in light, like floating into the sky, I'd be like, bro, you need
okay.
They said they believed the rapture was coming the next day and wanted to bless their driver with the remaining money since they wouldn't need it. Oh, dude, this
makes us Christians look bad. I think most people recognize the difference between Christianity and insane people that think they're getting raptured. Like now, right? Like believing the rapture different from being like, yeah, I'm getting raptured tomorrow.
It's a blessing in disguise. God was just like, you got it, dude. There's your tip. You know what I mean? So before they got out of the car, they handed their driver a huge roll of cash containing various dollar bills and coins from around the world.
So it's like a bundle full of cash. Now,
they just gave him money?
Various dollar bills and coins from around the world.
So it's like a bundle full of cash. Now, keep in mind, in this bundle, there's even coins in it because it was like in this like cup thingy or whatever. So there's even like euros, and I see some Canadian money in here. So there's dollars, there's hundreds, there's 20s, there's 5s. Like there's all the denominations inside of this. So I have yet to count it up. So I'm going to count it up and come back. Hold on.
After counting it up, it totaled to over $1,900.
They gave bro $2,000? Nah, him being nice was probably the move. What the fuck?
They also said that they were getting together in their neighborhood to discuss giving away their homes and more.
Oh my God, dude, oh no, that's dickhead shit if you feed into that. I would have to be like, please don't do this. You're fucking yourself over. But part of me so bad would want to be like, I'll buy your house. I'll buy your house for $1. I'll buy your house for $1 if you want to.
Their money. He's like, could you give me your address? Tell me the time for that. I would love to know the exact time and place for that. Hold on. Jesus is giving me another message. You should open up your garage door and let this man live in the basement free of charge. Okay, Jesus. All right, you're coming home with us. Who knows? Jesus works in mysterious ways.
I was going to say, this sounds... Okay, here's the thing. I think Jesus was pulling a prank. I think he...
Haha, Joshua. Knock, knock. He's met Jesus. I was kidding the whole time. Practical joke on Joshua. But here's the thing. I didn't joke about Joshua. There he's come all over my feet and my legs.
What the fuck is he saying right now?
Said that would happen 2 weeks ago. Oh, Jesus, you're gone done pulled the prank on me. Not even Africa. It's like Jamaica. All right. Another person received a $300 tip from a woman who was overly generous for the same reason. Their coworker also received a $777 from the same woman, but after the rapture failed to happen, she came back demanding the money be returned to her. That's
demanding it be returned to her. You giving her money back, chat? This woman tips you $1,000 because she thinks she's getting raptured. I'd feel like a dick if I don't give the money back, but I'd also be like, I would outwardly give her the money back, and I'd be like, okay, I'll give you $1,000 if you write "I'm stupid" on your forehead. Like, I would have to be like, bro, come on. Like, you need to. I would be like, I need something out of this for shock value, just because you're outwardly just but you're handing your money away. Why are you doing that?
It's not very Christ-like, lady. Not every Christian believed in this, as many were trying to tell the others that this is literally stated in the Bible that only God knows when the rapture.
She was going to leave me behind, but only give me $300. That is fair. I'd be like, if she give me $300, I'd be like, why not the whole bank account? I mean, like sitting there. Actually, do you have more than did you drive here in a car? Oh. Could you sign the pink slips to me, or?
Is coming. Yeah, but Jesus told Joshua, it's me, Jesus, again. I'm being for real this time.
Oh, Jesus, I am not listening to you.
Jesus, I cannot listen anymore. The people.
She comes back the next day. Can I have my car back? Already blew it up with a rocket launcher. What? Yeah, it was for a YouTube video. It only got like 10 views, though. It was pretty. You want to see? Here it is, though. It's just their car getting fucking demolished.
Oh, mad.
Yeah, I actually gave it to Mr. Beast. He exploded it in a Squid Games segment, if that makes you feel any better.
I feel like I had like a really good like African thing going at the beginning, and then it slipped away. Others pointed out that people have been predicting the rapture since the 1800s and would always try and convince people to worry about the next upcoming final day, right? This one's not just worry about the next one. However, the 23rd and 24th came and went. Nobody was called up for the pearly gates, and everyone went about their day as usual. Some who believe the hoax claimed that they got the date wrong.
No shot this many people were outside waiting.
They said it was actually next year, or a few years down the road, or maybe a couple more years after that. And some questioned their faith, and the pastor who made the initial prediction went live and apologized for everything.
Oh, God. Why did I do that? It was not even Jesus who called to me. It was my mom.
Can a brother make a mistake?
Well, let's go back in time and take a look at other historic examples, like the predictions proposed by William Miller. It looks a little haunting. William, you know, if he said anything to me, I'd be like, okay, William, the world's gonna end tomorrow. Face.
What was the one from 2012? That was the Mayan calendar, right?
Thank you, William. William was a clergyman that had become obsessed with the Bible after returning from fighting in the Battle of Plattsburgh in
Aztec calendar?
1814. Just want to show maybe a picture of it.
No, show some footage.
Oh, there's 2000. Yeah, there's the year 2000, 2012.
Yeah, shows footage.
Do you think if humans are still alive in the year 2999, there's going to be like a movement that the world's going to end on the year 3000? I wonder if humans will still be that stupid. Yeah, why 3K?
Of the Battle of Plattsburgh in 1814, when cameras were definitely around. Crazy stuff. He found himself particularly fascinated with the concept of Christ's return, aka he had PTSD and he might have been a schizophrenic. After seeing people die, you know what's kind of wild? Jesus coming back, right, guys? Okay, William. He became responsible for creating the Protestant religion movement known as Millerism, aka the followers of the belief that the second coming of Christ would occur sometime between March 21st, 1843 and March 21st, 1844. In that realm, right? His movement became popular.
But where do they get these dates from? Just like random scripture passages that they interpret in like a poetic way? Like, how are they getting this specific year?
Amassing an estimated 100,000 followers that were convinced that the world was nearing its end. They were strong in their beliefs despite being ridiculed and harassed by their peers. Which, dude, for those 3 decades, you must have been living so tall. Keep it counting, boys. Oh, you guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah.
This is like a common theme with all of these. They get it wrong. They're like, no, wait, it's the other date.
Yeah, it'll always be like a month later. What was that one religious guy? He was like decrepit, dude. He looked like a raisin. He was like 95. And he kept predicting the wrong date. And he was like, oh, I actually did my math wrong. I forgot this one passage about 73 fishes. I have to add that onto the top, and then you actually have to add like another 10 years just like to make sure. So it's like, honestly, it'll probably be like around here, not this date. It's going to be another like month or two after. Harold Camping. Yeah, he would randomly start adding numbers just out of like, he would be like, well, this passage has the number 83 in it.
Because you're delusional. Because they believe it, and then they're like, oh, it was probably a mix-up. You put your whole belief system in that. It's really quite sad, Nick. During one event, William was egged by an audience member during one of his speeches, and I bet that insane.
He was egged by like a 15-year-old.
Him over the edge. In the span of just a few years, people prepared for this event by selling most of their belongings and turning their...
Oh, wait, no, oh my God, no. He was egged in the 1800s. This is just a video of a guy getting egged by a 15-year-old.
By an audience member during one of his speeches.
What the hell am I thinking?
And I bet that sent him over the edge. In the span of just a few years, people prepared for this event by selling most of their belongings and turning their backs on their responsibilities. By March 21st,
Why are they selling shit, though? Like, what is the point of selling shit? You have to have a shred of doubt if you're selling it. Like, just give it away.
1844, nothing had happened. The date would be moved to April 18th, only for it to fail once more. The last date proposed by William was October 22nd. On the day of, tons of people still believed in William. They put on their white ascension robes and climbed to the highest places available to them to await the second coming. Not only did this prove to be fruitless, but it led to a period known as the Great Disappointment, where people wept endlessly over their hopes being shattered alongside a...
I need somebody to help me up to my chamber as my natural strength was leaving me very fast, and I lay prostrate for 2 days without any pain, sick with disappointment.
Wave of mockery from people asking, why haven't you ascended yet? First off, as soon as if William came in, if William the dog came in, trying to eat his own face and handing out white robes, I'd be like, you gotta get out of this motherfucker.
Why? Robes are fancy.
Robes are cool, but if it's in religious context, robes are not cool. Yeah, we're just gonna put on these robes and go to the mountain. I'd be like, might have picked the wrong batch, is what I'd say.
You're like full leaning into it, and they're like, all right, guys, let's get in our robes. Ew. Nobody told me about this part.
If you, what about jackets? Like sick, like club jackets.
If they were club jackets, or even just a nice suit, you want to get dolled up to go to heaven? Why not? Robes, really? William Miller's popularity dwindled significantly, but he held firm to the belief that the second coming was approaching until he died in 1849. Maybe that's what he was. Maybe he was predicting his own death. Might have been. I don't know. The more that we learn about space, the more terrifying the unknown becomes, right? Very Lovecraftian. Since we've started studying the stars, one of the biggest threats to our planet has been stray asteroids that could potentially hit Earth, which actually me up sometimes. Can't even think about it. There was one that they said, like, one asteroid's gonna pass by Earth.
Yeah, there's one that's passing by, and if it's like a very small chance. I think it's like 0.00 something. But if it passes by, that means the next orbit it has, it'll directly hit Earth. And everybody's like, that shit's so low of a chance. That ain't that. But most people take those odds gambling. Most people play the lottery and put money into something that has way less odds of happening. But when it's like, hey, there's like a 0.00001% chance that this asteroid threads a keyhole and then kills us in 30 years, nobody's worried. Do you think if we had a 30-year chance, though, like if we had a 30-year time frame, I feel like humans could destroy the asteroid. That would be the whole goal. If that asteroid threads the keyhole, society from then on for the next, 27 years or however long that shit is, it's 2.7%. That's really high. Wait, what? It's 2.7% chance? The asteroid Apophis is not expected to hit Earth, even though it will pass through a keyhole in 2029 that could have led to a collision in 2036. Thanks to further observations, scientists ruled both the 2029 and 2036 impact out, and Apophis will not pose a collision threat for the next 100 years. We're good, chat. We'll all be dead. Anyways, if an asteroid was going to hit Earth, say right now we knew, 30 years, an asteroid's hitting Earth. Do you think that we as humanity would be able to stop it? I think it depends how big the asteroid is. I'm pretty confident China, Russia, US all make buddies for a little bit, and we just start nuking the piss out of that fucking asteroid. We just start sending every fucking thing we have in the arsenal just right at that motherfucker. Yeah, just start blowing it up. Start redirecting it into... I don't think we would try and blow it up. I think we would try to change its orbit in some way where it passed.
Earth, and they're like, but when it passes by in 30 years, it's supposed to come back and hit us. I think they disproved it.
Here's my thing. If an asteroid's coming, don't tell me.
I would rather just not know. What benefit do you gain of being like, hey guys, seriously?
I'd want to know. Because I'd stop doing everyday bullshit before. What the fuck? If you were like, an asteroid's going to hit in 10 years, I'm not going to start thinking about shit for when I'm 50. I'd be like, all right, well, I'm going to be dead in 10 years, so I'll just go fucking do other shit. Like, you would change your game plan if you knew.
Oh, in movies and shit. In movies, they do that to build conflict for the movie. But what would happen is, like, Elon and all those guys, they'd be like, I don't know, I'm just going to try this spaceship out. And they'd leave and never come back. As soon as that starts happening, well, Mark Zuckerberg's building like he built like a giant bunker in Hawaii.
Yeah, like $100 million bunker. It's like 10 floors, 30 floors or some shit.
He said, well, it's not a doomsday bunker. It's just...
And that's funny too. They're like, so what's up with the doomsday bunker? He's like, it's not really a doomsday bunker. It's just, you could live there for 700 years if you wanted to.
It's a man cave.
It's like more of a man cave. And you're like, huh? Anyways, in 1910, many believed a nearby comet would end humanity. Halley's Comet, remember that one? Is visible from Earth every 72 to 80 years and has been spotted by humans dating back since
72 to 80 years. It was last visible in 1986. 2061. All right, that's a goal for me to live that long. I'll be 59.
40 BC.
That's the Fortnite meteor. You see Halley's Comet and Kevin the Cube's on it, you're like, everybody forgets about Fortnite. It's 2061. It's Kevin.
Which is crazy. Go somewhere else. Hello. Scientists had predicted that 1910 would be the next time it passes Earth and observed the comet flying by using a spectrograph. This new technology allowed astronomers to view the chemical composition of the comet, and to their horror, they discovered its tail that was made of cyanogen gas, which is extremely toxic. Oh, shit. After publishing the report, a French reporter put out an article discussing their findings, but also included a line saying the gas from the comet could, quote, impregnate the atmosphere and possibly snuff out all life on the planet. Bit of creative liberty in the title there, buddy. People began to freak out over the headline, believing that their death was imminent. Before the comet could pass, companies began to sell comet pills, which claimed to fight off the effects of the toxic gas. Insurance companies offered...
Oh, that's so awesome. That's so fucking awesome, dude. Literally just a scam product that people fell for. These comet pills are novelty only. They have no therapeutic value.
Comet pills, which claim to fight off the effects of the toxic gas.
Dr. Haley's Comet Fever, a once-in-a-lifetime confection.
Insurance companies offered policies of people's belongings in case they were destroyed. Farmers around the globe refused...
Oh, well, they just knew. The insurance companies knew that shit wasn't going to do anything. They were just fucking scalping money off people.
To plant crops, believing that there was no point since everyone would be dead. No more corn. I'm done with corn. Others locked themselves inside their homes, while others fled to the caves and sealed themselves deep underground, which I'm pretty sure is partially some of the inspiration for Fallout.
Oh.
There you go. After the comet passed and nothing happened, people were shocked to still be alive. And they moved on with the rest of their lives. I wonder what's happened with the guy who took comet pills. Well, Greg, we took those, like, look over to him, he's like having a seizure.
He's on Halley's Comet right now.
Yeah. Woo! In 1993, former sociology professor Hon Ming Chen had created a Taiwanese cult named God Salvation Church. It had also referred to itself as Chen Dao, or True Way, as well as God Saves the Earth Flying Saucer Foundation. I like that one the most. God Saves the Earth Flying Saucer Foundation. It was a belief system that was a mix of various religions and other Western cult-like beliefs, like the acceptance of alien intervention, right? You see a lot of that with Heaven's Gate. Kind of became a big thing in the 70s.
Yeah, the Heaven's Gate shit was so fucking stupid, though. There's an alien spaceship that's passing by. You have to kill yourself to reach it. Huh? Huh? If you die, you'll go to the gate. What? No.
Kind of evolved over time. He claimed that the second coming of Christ would occur in 1999, with God revealing himself from a spaceship disguised as clouds that would take his followers up to heaven.
That'd be sick.
He claimed that he could talk to the gods and receive their wisdom through golden balls that he could see traveling across the sky. Of course, salvation was not free. It was reported that Chin charged $60,000 to join Chin Tao and another $30,000
$60 grand
to board their spaceship. He's like, you keep it under 100. They won't be suspicious.
Mind games.
Exactly. It's all here. He convinced 140.
Bro, how do you convince people to pay money for that, though, if you're also leaving? I just don't. Like, I don't want to say. I understand it's like a cult and there's like a bit of brainwashing involved, but I'm like, dude, these people are like more than gullible. Like, you're flat out falling for somebody saying, hey, give me $100,000 and we're all going to go on a spaceship somewhere else. Why do you need the money?
He dedicated members to sell all their belongings and move to California in 1995 after changing his mind about where the historic event would take place. This changed after followers witnessed the numbers 007 written in the clouds, which was interpreted as a sign that they must relocate their headquarters elsewhere. AKA, there was probably a 007 convention happening around. They're like, oh, Colorado, we gotta go. Despite the fact that this was actually just a marketing stunt to advertise the 19. Oh
my God, a fucking religious cult saw 007 in the sky and changed where they needed to all move because of a James Bond ad.
Bear Trap. To advertise the 1997 James Bond movie Tomorrow Never Dies. They slowly relocated to Garland, Texas. Apparently, this is because Chin thought saying Garland really fast sounded like Godland.
From what Master Chin says, Garland sounds like Godland, and apparently thousands of years ago, God was here and they were told to return here.
Garland. What's that sound like? Can I do that accent, or is that a problem?
I think it's fine.
All right. Chin had guaranteed on his own life that God would make his appearance in Texas, of all places. Not a bad bet. You're in good company in Texas saying that kind of shit. Where would God go first? Everyone's like, probably fucking Texas. Probably fucking Texas, all right? In total, they purchased around 30 houses on Ridgedale Avenue, soon handing out flyers to its other inhabitants on bicycles in order to thank them for tolerating their activity in the neighborhood as well as their magnanimous acceptance. Trying to win people over. It's like, more money. Garland, we kind of weird. See a ball in sky.
Oh, no.
Garland, what's that sound like to you? Like, what? Garland, what's it sound like? Rhetorical. Don't talk. I talk you. You don't talk back. They would wear all white outfits and cowboy hats. Awesome. That is so sick. Confusing the neighborhood as to why they suddenly become the headquarters of a strange cult. Some claim they were friendly and that their beliefs were simply amusing to them. AKA, they're like, look, they look funny. What do you guys happen? Be alien. You don't talk to them. We cowboy now. Right. Oh, okay. You are phony as man.
When
that
did
is
they?
awesome.
Oh,
They claim
no.
that on
When did they fucking stop believing in that, though? Did they, like, turn on the leader guy?
the 25th, just days before, God would show himself on Channel 18 across every television set in the country, taking on Chin's exact appearance.
It's 5 minutes after 12 right now, and Han Min Chin's not on there yet. And according to his own philosophy and preachings that we've heard, he's a phony.
He knew he had an interview coming.
So he had an interview for why it didn't happen and he just never showed?
I don't know. From there, God would then help people survive a nuclear apocalypse that would occur in 1999. It would bring people to a specific rendezvous point on the shores of Lake Michigan, where flying saucers would take them to heaven after potentially stopping briefly on planet Mars, of course. And people in the neighborhood feared that the group would end up committing a because, you know, Heaven's Gate. March 31st rolled around and still nothing happened. Chin approached a crowd of reporters and stated that he must have misinterpreted God's message. He stated that his remaining followers would once again relocate to New York. A large majority of them...
Oh my God, and the group definitely is just dwindling, you know? 140 people at the start. First miss, 100. Second miss, 80. Third miss, 60. Like, he's getting a smaller and smaller circle here that's following him place to place.
Gave up on Chen Tu entirely and began the process of moving back to Taiwan. He told everyone that he would punish himself by giving everyone in the crowd the next 10 minutes to either crucify or stone him to death, which nobody took him on.
What? He told his followers, all right, you guys could just stone me to death. It's fine. I was wrong.
From there, Chen Tao's numbers were severely reduced, and the group faded into obscurity by the early 2000s. Who even knows? He might even still be out there.
I hope they crucified him.
What if one guy's like, I will? He's like, well.
The one guy actually does lean. You guys could stone me, man. I'm sorry. I was so wrong about the end of the world. All right, I'll do it. Oh, wait, no. No. When I meant like figuratively stone, like maybe hurl insults at me, not actually kill me.
Oh, 1 second. The ball just like fucking gets stoned. End of the world predictions have only become more common with the advancement of technology. And it wasn't too long ago that people thought computers were going to end the world.
There still exists a general state of either denial, complacency, or even apathy about both the reality and the potential effects of Y2K.
The year is 1999. And a lot of people are getting ready to celebrate the new millennium. However, not everyone's excited. A large group of people fully believe that the world was going to end as soon as the ball dropped because the world's computers would fail.
8 to 10% of the population were fairly confident that this was going to be an apocalypse.
It was 8 to 10% of the world population believed that the world would end or go into disaster in 2000. What, because technology would stop working because it wasn't able to function or something? Why the fuck would technology stop working?
Believe that the planes would crash, nuclear reactors would melt down, and systems controlling rockets would fail and be launched at random. All of this delirium stemmed from a simple misunderstanding of computers' code. Up until this point, computers' dates had worked from 00 to 99. But people believed that when the computer switched to 00, it would actually go back to 1900 and cause computer systems to fail. Oh, God!
No, it would just change the number. And the year 2000 is also based off the Gregorian calendar, which the majority of the world functions on. It actually has no definitive relation to the Earth at all. We for some reason live at 2025. It's not actually 2025. The Earth has been around for a long fucking time. It's based off the Gregorian calendar, which is based off Jesus.
God! To prepare for this upcoming event.
But roughly, because actually wasn't Jesus actually born around like the year 4 AD, not 0? Yeah, he was born between 6 and 4 BC. I don't know.
Then people withdrew their cash, believing that electronic banking would fall apart and destroy them financially. Businesses like Best Buy and Radio Shack warned people to turn off their computers so they wouldn't be messed with the time switch. And others built bunkers and stocked up supplies. On New Year's Day, all the computers switched over and there were minor crashes. Various ATMs were temporarily down and stoplights occasionally stopped working and random databases went down. No major computer system failed and all seemed to be normal. Out of all the craziness, nobody died, though a 104-year-old woman was invited to join a preschool because the system believed she was 4. Isn't that cute? That's awesome. If you're watching this, chances are the most memorable end of the world prediction from your...
That is pretty funny. You live so long that you start getting emails to join a preschool because because computers recognize you as 4 years old.
Your lifetime is the 2012 phenomenon. But for people that don't remember this, or if you're too young or whatever, let me just tell you, when I was a kid, the 2012 thing, people were actually afraid of 2012. They were really afraid. My grandma, who has now passed, was like, we were watching the History Channel. She used to chain smoke cigarettes. We'd be watching like the History Channel. Of course, the History Channel had nothing to do with history. It was like aliens and shit. She's chain smoking cigarettes, and then we were watching this 2012 thing, and she was getting me like horrified. And I was like watching it. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, like full on telling her, or full on telling him, you know, this is actually gonna happen. It's 2010. You only got 2 more years left, Hunter. I'd take those years I'd cherish them if I were you. Me, I've lived a long life. You're gonna die young. Sorry.
This is real? I'm like, this is like, how many, this is like 10 years from now, or whatever. And she was like, when that year comes around, we should all stay together and we should just get together and make sure that we're with family. And I was like, a haunting thing to say. It's like so cryptic, but everything's there. Like, we're gonna die and we should be together. It fucked me up, dude.
Was it the Nostradamus?
No, it was like, it's been so long, I can't remember. But all I know is just like the Mayan calendar's ending. Which also, even as a kid though, she's like, what the fuck do they know? And she was like, well, the Mayans. I'm like, who cares about the Mayans? The fuck? Maybe they ran out of stone. You know what I mean? I mean, how far were they just like, it'll pretty much be done by then. The idea that the world would face a cataclysmic event in 2012 didn't emerge out of nowhere. In fact, people claim that it was predicted thousands of years ago during the ancient Mayan civilization. A device called the long count calendar was used to measure time at a very long cycle that counted years in large chunks. In short, a new grain cycle was said to occur after every 13 Baktuns. Each Baktun consisted of 394.26 years. And it just so happens that the 13th one lands on December 21st, 2012. Instead of treating it similarly to the exciting beginning of a new millennium, people convinced themselves that a terrifying world-ending event would occur at the time. So much so that they even made a movie about it with John Cusack. Really dumb. Not a good movie. He's in a limo and whatever. Theories are ranged from disastrous fires, flooding, aliens invasions, and planetary collisions, and mass extinction. Some kids growing up around believers of this impending disaster admitted to developing serious fear and anxiety problems in their older years to their parents' endless paranoia. It was up. If you have said
bro, but the Mayans didn't even say the world was gonna end. It was just their calendar reset, and then people were like, yeah, this definitely means the Mayans knew the aliens were coming and they were gonna fucking kill everybody on Earth.
The worst thing you can do is tell your kid I'm really afraid. Because as a kid you're like, what? And they're like, you're fine. I'm afraid. Custom high-end doomsday bunkers saw a 700% rise.
Yeah, as a parent, you gotta just lie to your kid in that sense. Even if you are scared, you just tell them you're not. Because if you tell your kid, your kid, a 5-year-old's going to look at their parents as, God. They're the end all to everything. So whatever they say goes. So if you tell them you're fucked, that'd be in their perspective, God telling you he's terrified and he has no control. You'd be like, what do you mean? You're the only one what do you mean? You're at the top. That'd be mortifying.
During this time, as ultra-wealthy people wanted to play it safe and ensure the safety of their friends and family. Some preppers, like Tim Ralston in Arizona, would often perform doomsday dress rehearsals with the two children to make sure they were ready for the worst come December 21st. Another couple, Kathy and Bruce from New England, decided to stockpile bees instead of weapons. According to them, honey would become a valuable bartering tool in the coming apocalypse. I love that, dude. So that's a badass. Over in China, Liu Xingzhe decided to go a much different route, spending his entire life savings of $160,000 to build a 70-foot by 50-foot ark-like vessel to protect himself. He feared flooding the most and believed
that shit does not look like it would float.
Taking his homes to the seas would be the best option. Liu offered to let other people take refuge in alongside him. My boy Liu's selfless. He's a good man. In the end, the day came and went without anything significant occurring. Here we are.
I like to think that every time these doomsday predictions, that they actually happen in an alternate universe or the universe that keeps going on.
You like to think that?
Yeah.
Like we're a quantum immortality universe.
On TikTok, a woman opened up about how she and her husband had been talking with the Sumerian demon since July of 2013.
Me and my husband have essentially been talking to something on a Ouija board that goes by the name of 7.
Oh, something on a Ouija board that goes by the name 7. Oh, wait, let's rewind. You and your husband were talking to a thing on a Ouija board made by Hasbro Games,
who has been telling us that the world is going to end May 27th, 2025.
TikTok rules, dude. She claims that one day the couple got bored and began to use a Ouija board, and out of nowhere, it began to talk to them in reverse binary.
In the moment, we have no idea what.
Bro, y'all are lame as hell. I'm so sorry. You and your fucking husband or boyfriend literally spent hours just fake moving a Ouija board around and fucking trying to decrypt what it was telling to you. This is so lame. Bro. She has a notebook of, dude, they probably sat by this Ouija board for hours.
What this means, we Googled it later. This is again, July 2013. And it turns out it's binary, but it's backwards binary. So in this way, it meant nothing. But when we reversed the numbers, it meant hello.
Since that day, they began regularly communicating with the demon. Goddamn, they became friends with him.
Yeah, I know.
Yo, Rockschmaw, you there? Yo, Rockschmaw's funny as dude. The demon had told them that they are the third group he has contacted, and the first two died during the first atomic bomb dropped in World War II, and the others was when JFK was assassinated. So the demon contacted JFK. Eventually, it revealed that the world would end on May 27th, 2025, and repeatedly told them to climb the mountain or return to the mountain. In Sumerian. She said that they revealed the secret to close friends and strangers once they were drunk.
We have shared this with people. They either kind of wave it off, they're like, oh, that's cool, or they pretend, they say they're interested, but then they never really follow up.
Another person...
Yeah, because they're just trying to be nice and not call you fucking insane. Because they're your friends. They're not trying to go, hey, Cynthia, I think you're actually fucking crazy. I think this is the stupidest thing you've ever told me. And the fact that you and your husband have been spending the last, 3 years communicating to a demon on a Hasbro Games board is a bit of a waste of time.
Claims to have a recurring dream every 7 to 8 years where people all around the world gather to watch as the moon turns completely black. Like the eclipse? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not long after, large groups of alien ships fly out from behind it and start terrorizing Earth. People flee and pray as they try to survive. Eventually, the night sky is empty and blown apart.
Like if I could only buy a Ouija board at like if I could only buy a Ouija board with like the blood of a frog and the hand of a monkey, and I had to go under a bridge at 3 a.m. and unlock a door in a weird black market to buy the board, I would believe that that board was real. But the fact that I could go to my local Target and buy a Ouija board next to a Lego set of Super Mario Bros. Is probably telling me that that Ouija board is fucking fake. How do you say it? Ouija. A Ouija. I don't give a shit. A Ouija board. A Ouija board.
The person that fully believes this is coming soon, and that there have been warning signs all along. Yo,
a Luigi board. Maybe that's why it's next to Mario.
Rocksha, stop that shit, bro. I'm gonna pee. A lot of people claim to have aliens in their dreams. Like one person who claimed to see a biblically accurate alien enslave the earth. Okay, first off, a biblically accurate alien. Got it. In their dream, a giant orange orb hovers over the earth, which is pulsating with plasma energy. It doesn't have eyes or any facial features, but everyone on earth felt like they were being watched. He described the being as God and explained that he knew without a doubt that the end of the world was imminent. The dream ended with the alien keeping people captive inside of a structure-like shopping mall and also abducting people and putting them into a giant orange orb. Sounds like he just wants to go to Orange Julius at the mall. Doesn't he? And I was super thirsty when I woke up. Rockshaw, stay away from me, man. Nobody truly knows when the world's gonna end, and that's probably a good thing. There are scientists out there who have listed numerous ways in which the Earth could end, right? Whether it's soon or within the next 1,000 years, but so far, every single prediction has been dead wrong. The next time you hear about some crazy world-ending event, take a step back and really think about what's being said. It's probably coming from someone who's chronically online or a scam artist looking to drain you of your bank account. Or, you know, pollution and all that kind of stuff will kill us too. There's a lot of fun ways the Earth's gonna end. It's gonna be sick. But hey, at least we have YouTube, am I right? Roll them credits!
I really liked that video. That was fun hearing about the various ways people convinced themselves the world was gonna end. Anyways.